Good evening, here we go. This is it, ladies and gents. This is the big one. It's a couple of days late, but nonetheless, we are here. A very good evening to you all and a very warm welcome along to the show tonight. It's Charlton versus Portsmouth, and it's live here on Fournilwritten all over it. Well, as I say, a very good evening to you and a very warm welcome along to Fournilwritten all over it for tonight's game. We're going early. We've got an hour of build-up here for you on the show tonight. We've got so much to cram in. I want to talk you through it in just a moment. Before we do, Joe's saying we need a win tonight. I absolutely agree. Marcus said, need to win tonight. Anything else isn't good enough. Absolutely. Yeah, a win is what we need, isn't it? Because it's been a tough couple of weeks for Pompey. I mean, we had two really bad results, didn't we, in the space of just 4 days against promotion rivals. And then obviously the game was called off for the weekend. So, yeah, we needed that, didn't we? We do need that this evening, should I say. And if we're sat here at 9 o'clock this evening with 3 points in the bag, then I think that'll be absolutely wonderful. Good evening to Sue on Facebook and good evening to Aaron too. Right, let me talk you through the plan of action for this evening then. In the next couple of minutes, I'm going to show you our last trip to the Valley, which was back in March 2019, would you believe it? So nearly a year ago, nearly 2 years ago, to the day. It's ridiculous, isn't it? 2 years ago was the last time we were at the Valley, which is crazy. So in a couple of minutes, I'm going to show you that. We're going to relive the experience together here on Fournilwritten all over it. I'm going to show you the last time we went to the Valley. You may have seen the video, you may not have done, so we're going to enjoy it together. Whilst we do so, make sure you leave a like on the stream, boys and girls, and make sure you subscribe in down below as well. That would be much appreciated. Good evening to Aaron, as I say. Good afternoon to William. He's covered in snow and he wants a win. We all want to win tonight. We all want to win. It's more rain than snow in the UK at the moment, William, unfortunately. So there we go. Hello to Douglas Shepherd. A very good evening to you, mate. Welcome along to the stream. And Andy as well. Defo a 4-0 win to us. Mark your words. Andy, I will mark your words, mate, because if we get a 4-0, that'd be huge. If we choke promotion again, I'll shave my head. Panda, mate. Don't say that because you might need to. Hello to Duncan Hart. He said loads of games to come and an easier run ahead. We don't need a win tonight. It will just help us a lot. I agree with that, actually, Duncan. We have got some easier games to come and I will talk you through those in due course. However, before we get cracking this evening, I thought I'd talk you through the league table as it stands before we get going this evening. Let's have a look. So at the moment, up in top spot is Hull City on 48 points. They've played 25 games. Then it's Lincoln City, who've played a game less, but they recorded the same points tally. Doncaster Rovers make up third position. They have 2 games in hand on Lincoln. They have 3 games in hand on Hull City. Then it's Peterborough United in 4th place. 5th for our team, Pompey. 23 games played, 41 points. From those games. Sunderland make up the sandwich that is the two sides that play each other this evening. They've played 24 games of 40 points. Charlton played a game more than them, same points tally. And it's Oxford United and Accrington Stanley who make up 8th and 9th position. So still able to play for heading into this one. It's going to be an interesting one tonight. I'm very much looking forward to seeing what the evening brings for us. I hope you are too, and I hope you are all ready to go here on Fournilwritten all over it, because we've got a big 55 minutes still to go of build up for you tonight. Right. Okay, let's crack on then. We have got so much to get through. So we're going to kick off with the last time we were at the Valley. This is going to be a lovely little reminiscent moment for us all. I'm going to show it was with the Pompey Dutch boys. Sam was on the show as well. And myself and Andrew travelled to the Valley, as I say, back in March 2019. So here we go. Let's enjoy this together. Good morning, Andrew!
Yes, it's actually good afternoon top today.
Oh, it is, isn't it?
Kick off, mate.
5:30.
Way to Charlton.
We're on the M25. Welcome to Fournilwritten all over it, everyone. Before we get started, I'm just going to say, after today, we've got 10 games to go, and this is what we've been up to this season so far.
In 1 week, we scored 3 goals in our own net.
Magic, magic, he wears a magic hat.
Who's done that to my seat?
Thank you, lovely.
Why
Tom's Barry Harris. I just see him on a pitch there. You see the size of his ball, mate?
And after today, there's still 10 games to go here on Fournilwritten all over it. So, as we've said, we're off to the Valley this afternoon. We've got the Pompey Dutch Supporters Club joining us in the Toby in about an hour's time. And I'm looking forward to it. I think a 4-0 win today, don't you? And it's a big occasion as well. Both teams would be going for it, won't they? Crucial game. We've got a Premier League referee today as well, Roger East.
Oh,
so that's quite good.
That'll make a difference, Tom. There is a foregone conclusion here, Tom. 4-0.
Lovely. Let's get down to Bexley Heath, Toby Carvery.
Let's get there, buddy. Get some music on first.
Oh yeah, let's do that as well.
The Dutch boys, I think, have got their music on, so let's get some music on that might match theirs, shall we?
Oi, 4-0 written all over it. Where are we going today?
London
Calling! London calling!
London calling to the faraway towns. Now war is declared and battle come down. London calling to the underworld.
Hello everybody, welcome to 4-0 written all over it show today. We're here at Bexley Heath, is that what it's called? Yeah, Bexley Heath. Bexley Toby ahead of the game of Charlton Portsmouth. Dennis.
Yes, Dennis, hello.
Who's on top of the league?
Who's on top of the league, Dennis?
Liton.
Alright, so we've got Andrew here with us.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Yeah, Sam, how you doing?
Alright, Tom, long time no see.
Rocking the new retro shirt. Show him.
Yeah,
This is available at the Pompey store, isn't it?
yeah, 40 quid if you fancy.
40 quid.
Oh man, I mean I've come all the way over here for nothing less than a 4-0 written all over it, mate. I mean I'm not going to accept anything less than that.
3 points. 3 points today. 3 points.
I want to ask you about Charlton, who we need to look out for, who's dangerous, and are we going to get 3 points today?
First of all, I think we're going to get 3 points today. We were out of form, weren't we? But they were just as bad as us during that period. So I think they haven't won in, I think, 3 games now. So I'm confident today of a 5-1 win. I don't see why not. They lost one of their best strikers, Carlton Grant. He left and he went to Huddersfield. So yeah, I think it's going to be. I'm confident. I'm not often do I recently haven't been confident going to games, but I am today.
And for the rest of the season, Sammy's promotion still, automatic promotion, is that achievable for Pompey?
I think it does hinge on today's result. If they get a win today, then yeah, it's definitely achievable. But if it's a draw or a loss today, I don't. It's going to be a bit tough because I can't see what Sunderland, Barnsley and Luton all kind of capitulating that much to give us a chance. So today's got to be a must-win, and they just keep going, to be honest.
Has anyone else seen Ronan Keating just walk past in the screen?
Ronan Keating,
I don't know, is he? Oh, hello.
Oh, look at him.
As Portsmouth, we have how many games do we have still? 10 games. We played 10 finals. If we win all 10 matches, we're gonna get up. It's so simple as it. So it's that simple. We need to win the 10 games. So that's the message to the Portsmouth Football Club.
Here we are outside Charlton Athletic. Welcome to Fournilwritten all over it. Are we feeling excited now? Atmosphere's starting to build.
Yes, mate, it's all looking good, isn't it? The crew van's just there, look, the 4-0.
We've just been unloading the gear for tonight's game. We all excited, Eric?
Yes, I'm very looking forward, but it's just a little bit nippy out here. Can't wait to all squeeze together in the away stand.
Looking forward to it.
Yes, looking forward to it.
We're thinking for a definite 4-0 win today.
4-0, yeah.
Of course.
Yes.
And these three look like a group of undercover inspectors, don't they? Look at these.
You might need one of your hats.
Inspectors.
Well,
Like a piggy, big my hair.
that gives us a perfect opportunity to plug the website at www.fournilwrittenalloverit.online. Links in the description and on the screen right now. We'll head into the away end and we'll see you for a nice 4-0 victory. who's your favourite player for Portsmouth, Billy? And you reckon he's going to score in the second half?
I think he probably will.
And you think we're going to get promoted this year as well?
Yeah.
Definitely?
Yeah.
All right, Billy. And the final score prediction to the camera, 4-1, written all over.
1 to us.
What do you make of that first half, mate?
I think we're very lucky to be 1-1.
Yeah.
We've been we've been defending all right. We've been allowing them to get the ball and just dominate us, like, especially on this left-hand side. Nathan Thompson not having a good game at all. And Hawkins hasn't really been winning anything. So if he's not winning anything, what's he actually doing up there? Because he doesn't do much else. So I think we've got to look at maybe getting Pittman or Vaughan on and potentially Walks on, because Thompson looks, every time that Aribo goes at him, it looks like he's going to get beaten or give the ball away. So yeah, if we play like that for that first half, we'll lose the second half.
Well, we played awful.
Family show. What do we need to do in the second half to make sure we don't concede any more?
Well, I don't start playing properly, don't we? You know, like keep it tight. We ain't doing it, are we? We're just making mistakes. Killer balling. Shambolic. Fucking awful.
Shambolic's a better. How do we sort that first half performance out going into the second half?
Just have a couple of goals, easy. 3-1. I had 3-1 Hawkins to score first, but 110 to 1 ain't going to come off, is it?
Well, there you have it. It all finished in South East London. Charlton 2, Pompey 1. Currently walking around a long line of police separating the Pompey and Charlton fans. There's a nice massive horse there as well.
First 75 minutes, Tom, we were shocking. Wrong formation, wrong striker up front. We talked about it, didn't we? Got to play 2 up front, didn't he? Did that in the last 15 minutes. Made all the difference with 2 good chances to get back into that, didn't we?
I think Jamal Lowe in front of goal, that was a big one, and that Ronan Curtis at the end as well.
We'd like to say we were robbed, Tom, but we weren't, were we?
Well, no, they were much better than us. That's really bright.
They were much better than us in the first 70 minutes, weren't they? After that, it was
shocking. Well, tables started to turn, didn't they? But
yeah, it was too late, wasn't it? Too little, too late, Tom. Should have made the changes earlier, shouldn't he?
There we are. Anyway, we fight on, we move on. Next Saturday at home to Scunthorpe United on Saturday the 16th. We will join for that, myself and Andrew, back here on Fournilwrittenalloverit. But for now, we're rounding off what's been a very disappointing evening here in the southeast corner of the capital of... Is it the UK or is it just capital of England?
Capital of England.
And the UK? Wouldn't look like mugs. Anyway,
I would say England.
See you next Saturday. Keep the faith. I'm waiting for you to say the last bit.
Play out Pompey.
Oh, I miss it so much. I miss it terribly. That's so good to watch, but at the same time, it's just so... I don't know, it's so upsetting, isn't it? But hopefully you all enjoyed that. That's a little look back at our last trip to the Valley back in March 2019, would you believe? So nearly 2 years ago to the day. Right, let's crack on with tonight then. And we've got a big one in the capital for you. So much to look forward to tonight. Charlton Athletic versus Pompey is live here on Fournilwrittenalloverit. It's 3 days late, but will it be 3 points gained for the team from the South Coast? Let's hope so. We've got plenty more to get through in the next couple of moments as well. Myself and I will guide you through commentary from 7 o'clock. And we've also got a bit of pre-match meads. Eric the Viking is going to join us shortly as well. Before all of that happens, though, one of my guests is ready. One of them isn't, but I knew he'd be late. Before we do that, I'm just going to very quickly talk all the Pompey fans through the team lineups that have just come out, and it makes for interesting reading. Here we go. Let's kick off with the Charlton Athletic team. You can't see it on the camera there, but it's pouring down with rain on the south coast this evening. It's Amos in goal, Gunter, Oshilja, Forsakaski, Stockley, Shinnie, Andrew Shinnie, that is. Pratley, their captain, Matthews, Morgan, Marsden and Schwartz. Not to be confused with Herbs and Spices Schwartz, I'm sure. And we will get the Pompey lineup on the screen for you in just a moment. As I say, it's an interesting one. I'm not quite sure what the thinking is there. I know Jack Watmore's suspension has kind of thrown us off a little bit, but here we go. Let's look at the Pompey teams. In goal, number 1, Craig McGilvery. A back 4 of Callum Johnson, James Bolton, Sean Raggett, and a full debut for ex-AFC Bournemouth defender Charlie Daniels tonight. Ryan Williams, Tom Naylor, Andy Cannon and Michael Jacobs, all behind Ellis Harrison and John Marquis. Now, ladies and gents, That's not good news. All right, that's not good news because we've got no Ronan Curtis in the squad whatsoever. Well, he's in the squad, but he's not on the starting 11. It's 4-4-2, which is good news. But you know, I don't know where Marcus Harness has gone. Where's Ronan Curtis? What's going on, Kenny? Give us answers. Anyway, that doesn't matter too much. What does matter is the guests that are going to join us in just a second. Before we do so, we're going to speak to Alex Griffin in a second. But let's have a look at Pompey and Ipswich head-to-head. He's going to absolutely love this. Here we go. Pompey won 5, Ipswich have won 2, and there's 2 draws in this fixture. And interestingly, 2 of those games actually came in the last season or so. We beat you in the FA Cup and then the league, mate. How's the season been for Ipswich so far?
Cheers for that, mate. Cheers for that. I think everyone knows we've been poor. We are 11th in the league. I don't want to talk about it too much because it rattles me, but we've made some good signings. We've had a good January transfer window. We've signed Troy Parrott. We've signed Luke Matheson, as well as the squad we've got. I do believe we can start picking up points. Whether Lambert's here or not, we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, Tom, we've been poor this season.
You have, mate. You haven't been the best, have you? Let's be honest. Spiffy Boy's here as well. How are you, my son?
So I hope you didn't see me checking myself out in the thing to make sure you can't see any ball patches.
No, I didn't. We didn't see that, mate. We didn't see that. What I did see was when we were watching that Charlton video, you were having a right sing-song. I saw that. You were loving it.
In your intro, I think you said something about the London being the capital of the UK. I couldn't stop laughing at that. I don't know if you saw me.
That was the end of the video. The capital of the UK, or is it England? I had a bit of an Alex Griffin moment there. Right, we're not going to leave Smithy Boy out. If you were to describe Paul Warne in one word, what would it be, my son?
Oh, that's it. That is a tough one. You throw me on the spot. You didn't set me up for this. So, unreal.
Just one word.
My favourite word. Unreal.
Unreal.
Yeah.
How do you reckon he compares to Kenny Jackett?
Well, first, I don't know if you know, he was a fitness coach, and the job kind of like landed on him. He didn't really expect it. I think it was, we didn't have a manager. I think it was Alan Stubbs who left us. And then we obviously needed a manager, and he was the next one in line. So he's never really had a managerial experience. He's been more behind the scenes, backroom staff. Kenny Jackett used to be manager for Rotherham, and then he left. Are you aware of that or not?
I am aware of that. You just said that he's never had any managerial experience. Let's have a look at some stats then for Paul Warne and Kenny Jackett. So as you say, he joined you back in November 2016. He's played 202 games, so 2 more games than Kenny Jackett. 69 wins and a win percentage of 34.2. Kenny Jackett, surprisingly, 52% of a win percentage, which I don't know if Pompey fans in the chat can back me up on that, but I was incredibly surprised to see that. So there we go. Alex, do you want to see how Paul Lambert and Kenny Jackett compare?
Go on.
There we go. Right, let's have a look. Games in charge, 107. He's been your manager since October 2018. 34 wins and a win percentage of 31.8. He's changed his hat in the process of reacting to that. I wish you could all see his reaction to that. That was priceless. What do you make of that?
I didn't realise it was that bad. I really didn't. Now, a lot of people know me. They know that I don't.
A lot of people know.
No, I mean, like, they know that I don't want Paul Lambert in charge. That's what I mean. And I don't know why. Sorry?
Who would you take? That's the problem with
Paul Cook. There's managers available. Paul Cook, Cowley Brothers, Nigel Pearson's apparently been linked with us. But why are you laughing?
That is funny. Has he actually? I don't know.
Yeah, and Neil Harris. So there's managers out there, and I don't know what the reason why Lambert's still here is because we gave him a 5-year contract last year, so he's got 2025 until his contract expires, and I just think Marcus Evans is lost the plot. Lambert's lost the dressing room. And if Lambert's here, come next season, we'll be in this league again. That's how I see it.
There we go. Let's have a look at Ipswich's season so far then, Alex. So, compared to Pompey, you've won just one less game than us. Pompey edge it on the draws, and the only statistic that Ipswich lead in on that screen is the amount of games you've lost. So that's not great. But it's 5 points between the two sides. Alex, only 5 points separate Ipswich and Pompey. Why are you so upset?
The performances, Tom. The performances haven't been there. They haven't been there. And look, I know you've lost your last 2 games, but overall, you're playing good football, aren't you? And you're happy with how you're playing.
Not in the last week I haven't been, but yeah, I agree.
I know that, but with the team, with the squad we've got, we shouldn't be struggling. We really shouldn't be. Like I said, Lambert's lost the dressing room. The players look like they don't want to play for the club. And as soon as a manager loses the dressing room, you've got to do something about it, because it's only going to continue. And like I said, we've had a decent transfer window in January, and I think players might be able to turn it around. And I don't know, it's tough, mate. It's tough. And I think our biggest problem was when we had Mick McCarthy. As soon as he got us into the playoffs in the Championship, everyone's expectations rose so high, and that's our problem. As soon as McCarthy didn't get top 6, didn't get top 10, the fans turned, and as soon as McCarthy went, there's a statistic where every team Mick McCarthy has left, the team's been relegated, and it happened with Ipswich, and we find ourselves now in League One, and we're struggling to go back up. So, look, we can only hope. We can only hope for a turnaround, and we've signed some decent players, and I'm confident we can hopefully pick up some points, but I don't know. I don't know at the moment.
Smithy boy, who's going to win League One this season, mate?
Well, with the way Rotherham played last game was versus Swansea. I don't know if you saw all the goals, but they was absolutely quality. I'm not too sure where they... Oh, League One, did you say?
Yeah, League One, not a Championship, mate.
I'm not about... Sorry about that. My apologies. I'd say probably... I don't know, Portsmouth, just because I'm on the channel. Don't want to get rinsed.
Alex, who's going to win the League One, mate, as you sit?
Oh, I don't know. I think because it's so up in the air, and I don't know, there's not really that much in it, to be fair. So, I don't know. I think if you start picking up form again and you continue the run of form, I think you definitely have the ability to win the league. But I think Lincoln City are smashing it, and I think if they keep it up, look, Tom, I'm not having you on. I think they've got a great chance of getting top 2, winning the league. I'm going to say either Hull City or Portsmouth. I think it'll be one of them. But Lincoln City, I'd watch out for them because they're decent.
There we go, Smithy boy. How would you describe Rotherham's form as of late?
Bit topsy-turvy, to be honest. Our last game was against Swansea. Tried to fit that one in there. Last game was against Swansea, and we lost 3-1. The game before...
Smithy, do you want to help you out?
Yeah.
Right, here we go. There you go. That helps you out massively, doesn't it? It is Blackburn, Barnsley, 2 back-to-back 2-1 losses, and then obviously Everton in the FA Cup. Big wins away from home against Derby and Middlesbrough. Mental game against Stoke. And then Rotherham, you just said there, Swansea in the last week or so. Topsy-turvy is the right way to describe it. How is Paul Warne going to turn it around, mate?
To be quite honest, mate, it sounds a bit... I don't really know how to say it without not being blunt. But if Rotherham want to stay in the Championship, I reckon we need to invest a little bit more. We've got Freddie Ledapper. I think he cost around 600,000, which is Rotherham's record of a signing. But the only reason he scores goals is because he has that many shots he can't miss. It's impossible to miss. He has that many shots. We've got Michael Smith up front as well, another striker who is unplayable on his day. He's very good. Just strong player. Is he? Didn't realise that.
Michael Smith. It was shocking for us, but there we go. Yeah, no, fair play, mate. Fair play. I got a comment from Joe Robert on... Oh, crikey, you set the microphone over. Comment from Joe Robert on Facebook says, Smithy, what do you think of Richard Wood?
Is absolutely magic. That's the word. That is, you should have Tom's given one word on this. Absolute magic. He's
Magic.
unbelievable. I think he's getting a bit too old now, though, and I think in the future it's going to be out of its comfort zone, the Championship, even League One. To be quite honest, I reckon soon he's either going to retire at Rotherham or he'll go to like League Two or maybe abroad somewhere, try and get a good paycheck.
Fair enough, mate. Fair enough. Alex, I was going to ask you, mate, what do you expect from a neutral point of view for this one tonight? Charlton Pompey, we spoke about it on your stream yesterday. You didn't really tell me what you thought other than a 2-1 win. Give us some basis for that. Why is it going to be 2-1?
No, I think, your players have had a rest. I'm surprised Ellis Harrison's starting because I saw a bit of I saw a bit of transfer news yesterday that he could be off to Sheffield Wednesday, but it's obviously not happened. But no, I think you've had a good rest, as have Charlton. I think you've lost 2 on the bounce. Am I right in saying that? Or you haven't picked up many points from your last 2. So no, I think your players will be up for it tonight. I think you'll pick up a win, mate. I think you've got. It's still a decent lineup, isn't it? I think it'll be close. I don't think it'll be easy, but I think you'll get a win. I think you'll get a win tonight.
Smithy boy, have a look at this.
All right, lads. Thanks for Tom for having me on the channel and Masters as well. I am predicting the game versus Charlton. It's 5th versus 6th. I know you lost your last game against Lincoln. I believe Portsmouth are going to win 4-0. Ryan Williams, the ex-Rotherham man, is going to score 2. Up the Pompey, up the Millers, up the boys and the girls.
You still agree with that, mate?
People who's just joined the live are going to think I've got high blood pressure. That is very embarrassing. That is.
Do you agree with what you said? 4-0 Ryan Williams.
No, I don't don't agree with myself there. To be quite honest, I think it was just one of them moments. I think 2-0. Ryan Williams will score, but the other scorer is going to be John Marquis.
Okay, there we go.
I don't know. It's just I'm feeling it.
Griffin, he's going to score for Pompey, mate. What do you reckon?
I'm going to go for a John Marquis brace.
Lovely. We'll take that. Right, boys, it's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you so much for joining me. Enjoy the rest of your evening, and I'll give you both a shout later on.
Legends. Cheers, mate.
Thank you. Cheers.
See you later.
Bye-bye.
Right, Charlton Athletic versus Pompey is the game we are building up to now. I am super, super excited for this one. And 2 boys that are also incredibly excited are the Pompey Dutch Supporters Club, which join us all the way from Holland, and we can speak to them in just a moment. It's 3 points on the cards for Pompey tonight. It's 3 days late, but we need to get some points up on the road. And our away form has been good so far. And here they are. The gentlemen are in. Your mic's muted, boys. Unmute yourselves. Take your headset out. Eric, I can't hear you, son. Unmute your mic.
Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. We're new to this. We're new to this.
Good evening.
Good evening,
Tom.
How are you?
We're very well. How are you two?
We're doing very well, thank you. We're doing social distancing. Look, we can't really fit in the screen. Hi, Andrew.
Andrew in the back. How are you doing?
Well, you got to come
I'm trying
in.
to get in the screen.
Let me move over a bit, and then you can move over. Gents, what do we reckon for tonight? Is it a 4-0 written all over it?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Our home team, NRSA, won 4-0 yesterday, so
excellent.
It's going to be a 4-0. 4-0 away win, that would be brilliant.
I remember 2 seasons ago. We went to the Valley. It was a magnificent game. And I think tonight is going to be the same.
Andrew, have you seen Ronan Keating anywhere?
Ronan Keating? No, I haven't. I have seen the video. If you want to play it back now, Tom, at some point tonight.
We've already seen it. We've had it on already.
Have we?
We have.
The coaster, so
Brilliant. Eric, have you managed to catch much of the season?
I'm sorry. He was laughing. Can you repeat that question, please?
Have you managed to catch much of what we've seen of Pompey so far this season yet?
To be honest, I have only been following the scores. But, I mean, I've seen you do really well. So in fourth place now, aren't you? 4th, 5th.
Yeah. We're doing all right, mate. We're doing all right. And seeing as you've seen some of the results, do you reckon we're going to kick on and claim some of those automatic spaces perhaps later on in the season?
I think it will be difficult, but I mean, you still got 2 games in hand. So I mean, if you get 6 points out of those 2 games, you'll be able to get like really close to the top 2 spots, I think.
Absolutely. Andrew, any words for the boys? You go for it.
Eric, where are you right now? Are you in sunny Holland? Is it raining there? What's the scoop?
To be honest, it's 10 degrees outside and it's not raining, so we're actually quite
nice.
pleased with the weather so far. But there's cool weather ahead next week, so
you're an hour ahead of us. So what's the score?
What's the score? It's half time now, so you actually call them right the exact time. Yeah, good.
Yeah, as you said.
NRC are actually in fourth, and we're also like 7 or 8 points away from the promotion spaces. So we're quite in the same positions now this year.
Yeah. So the viewers that don't know, Eric and I go back with Tom a long time, since they were very young people. In fact, Tom was only a very small baby, wasn't he, Eric? And when
he sent me a picture on WhatsApp earlier on. I'll show you it quickly of me driving that forklift.
You're in on the forklift.
That's it. And your dad's forklift in Holland.
Oh yeah, he was in love with my sister, wasn't he?
He was in love with your sister.
I was.
Yeah.
We still is.
Probably, yeah. There's truth in that, mate. There's truth in that.
How many members of the Pompey Dutch Supporters Club are there now there with you? How many members?
No, there's none, mate. We're only allowed one visitor.
No, I meant actually in the country.
We follow the rules.
We follow the rules. Social distancing. Yeah.
So that's why there's only 2 members now in this room, and unfortunately, the rest couldn't make it because of the social distancing rules.
Global pandemic. Yeah.
And the global pandemic. So,
and for people that don't know, our team in Holland is NRC, as you say in Dutch. We would call it NAC, of course. NAC Breda. NAC Breda here. So when you say NRC, probably the English viewers tonight probably don't understand what you're saying. So if they're looking up and in the invisy,
they probably don't understand what we're saying anyway.
They certainly wouldn't if you're talking in Dutch, but I think your English is both of it perfect. It's always been the same. Rowdy and you've been.
My English not that good, but I'm still a proud member of the Pompey Dutch Supporters Club. So.
Brilliant. That's exactly what we want to hear.
And we're proud supporters of the NRC Supporters Club here as well, aren't we, Tom?
We are indeed. We absolutely love it, mate. They are our Dutch team, as we said, aren't they?
Exactly, and it does upset me when we lose in Holland. But
yeah.
But last night, as you say, we won 4-0, didn't we, NRC?
4-0, yeah. So I mean, like that's got it written in the stars now, doesn't it?
What, for tonight, you mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Do you remember when you came to the Valley, Charlton, last season or season before?
It was March 2019, so it was nearly 2 years ago now.
Time flies.
2 years.
It's been 2 years, yeah. Season was March 2019, yeah.
Crikey, yeah. 2 years. That's shocking.
We do remember. It was a good drive over.
Yeah.
London calling.
Yeah, brilliant.
We loved all that, didn't we? Jen, I'll tell you what we'll do is I will talk you through a bit of the league table, so you've got a little bit of something to work with, and then you can give me a prediction for where you think Pompey will finish as of right now. Bearing in mind there's about 42 games to be played. We've played about 23. So let's have a look at this quickly.
Yeah, so we're only halfway through.
Okay, so at the moment there, and this is for the good of everyone else watching as well. Hull City at the top, 25 points, 25 games played, 48 points from those games. Lincoln City are in second. Doncaster Rovers with 2 games in hand on Lincoln, 3 on Hull City. It's Peterborough United in fourth, and there are Pompey down in fifth at this moment in time. And tonight, as you probably worked out, we could go fourth with a win against Charlton, who are in seventh. The sandwich is Sunderland between the two teams that play each other this evening, and then it's Oxford United and Accrington Stanley that make up the 8th and 9th position in League One at this moment in time. So, Andrew, your initial thoughts on looking at the table before tonight's game?
I think it's more important that we get Dutch view on it, Tom, because they can read it. They can see the tables there, the games played and the point scores. We haven't actually got to play any of the top above us, any of the teams above us. Again, I don't think apart from
Doncaster.
Have we? So if we discount Doncaster and they've got 2 games in hand, they look like the league. They look like they're going to win the league at the moment. Doncaster.
Looking at that table, Eric, what did you make of that?
Well, I've actually seen that we've got 2 games in hand. If we win both, we'll be in second. We'll be in second spot, won't we? Right, 1 point down to Hull. So I'm pretty sure that we'll be able to.
Just over halfway. Just over halfway of the season.
We were top of the league at one point, weren't we? So
yeah,
we were for Christmas. We were at top of the league, so it's proof that we can get back there, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean. Like you've shown you've got the quality to do so. So why not?
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, I suppose it will be better once we get the fans back in the stadium.
Well, it's always easier to go through the top of the table than staying there when you are there, because it's different kind of football you have to play. Teams they play different against teams who are on top of the table. So
it's easy. It's easier to climb a league, isn't it, than
be the top.
Yeah, exactly. Because otherwise, everyone else is chasing you, aren't they, from behind? So no, absolutely.
So your prediction then for the end of the season is what? Playoffs or automatics?
Oh no, automatic, absolutely. I mean, like once we get the fans back in the stadium, it'll be easier anyway because the away teams will be, how do you call it? Impressed by the atmosphere. Yeah, of course, they've got the atmosphere and they'll be afraid to come out to
and do we have fans going back in the stadiums in Holland yet?
No, well, I mean, they're going to have a trial match. They're going to have a trial match. I think it's next month.
Right.
So, like, sort of like a trial event to see how much of the virus is actually spread in the stadiums and like how they can manage to get people into the stadium safely and without any threats and all that. So, I mean, they're going to have a test in a couple of games, I think, next month. Then they're going to see and do all types of research and see how it's possible and whether it's actually affecting any of the spreading of the virus.
Excellent. Just 1 second. A very good evening to Amy, who joins us from on the stream. We're feeling confident, Amy. She's staying positive. She's going for a 2-0. David Hinton's left us a comment. You'll like this, boys. Love the Dutch. I've never met one that doesn't speak perfect English. Alas, I can't see us winning tonight. The Valley is a bogey ground for us. Thank you very much for your comment, David. Andrew, all yours, mate.
Well, I was going to say, Amy, stay away from those two reprobates, but they've got massive history, those two. So
okay, thank you very much. Bye bye.
Yeah, so no,
a number in the subscription and.
I was just going to ask whether you've had any fans in at all. We had a trial. We had a couple of games where we had 2,000 fans in.
Yeah.
What's happening in Holland? Do they have any fans in at all or not?
No, we started with fans at the start of the season with less fans though, with I think about 4,000 or 5,000
2 games. And then
it was a couple of games. I think like maybe 3 or 4. I actually managed to go to some of them, but we were only allowed to sit down and not make any noise and do whatever. So it was really weird. Because I mean, like, you weren't able to sing or shout or cheer or obviously people did anyway. But then like the speakers would be like, "Oh, sit down, don't make any noise." And it's just like
it was really weird.
It's weird. You could hear the players on the other side of the pitch just screaming and shouting and just.
We had that at Fratton Park, didn't we?
Was it? I mean, I know you in Holland you're allowed to drink inside the stadium. Actually, in the stand, you're allowed to drink, and I did notice everyone drank quite a lot when we were going to the games there. And is that still happening as well, or is it alcohol free?
Oh no!
I know you're Dutch. I forgot that.
No, that's still.
The only thing we fear is running out of beer.
Brilliant. Boys, before we let you shoot off, we're going to continue our build-up. Can I take a score prediction from you both for this evening's game and where you think Pompey will finish come the end of the season?
First, I think they're going to be the champion of the league. Yeah.
Excellent. Eric?
Yeah, no, I think you're going to be playing for automatic promotion, but I'm not sure if it's going to be first or second. But, I mean, you're definitely promoting without playing.
Great.
So,
excellent. Oh, go for one more question then.
Can you take your headset out?
Yeah, I can. One more question.
It's frozen there. Just going to ask a question. Do you remember the last game? The last time we were champion. Remember that? Where were you both?
Oh, Cheltenham. Well, he was the first one. He was the first one to invade the pitch after we won that game.
He was.
No.
Rowdy, for those of you that don't know, we were sat in the South Stand and Rowdy was down in, I think it was Block H, ready to go at South Stand Lower. He was the first on, weren't you, mate? You were ready and raring to go.
Oh yeah, I was a good boy waiting for 10 minutes until everyone else was on the pitch before going.
Yeah.
But he was there. It's just like
It's straight on.
Yeah.
It's straight on.
Yeah.
It's been an absolute pleasure having you on. Thank you so much for joining us. Enjoy the game when we get to see of it, and we'll see you very soon.
Good luck with
mate.
the show.
Good luck.
See you soon.
Bye
Bye bye.
There we go. That was the Pompey Dutch Supporters Club. Let's take a look at your team news this evening, ladies and gents. Here we go. Okay, so it's Amos in goal for Charlton Athletic. Gunther, Oshijaja, I can't pronounce that one correctly. Foster Kasky, Stockley, Shinnie, Prattley, Matthews, Morgan, Marsden, and Schwartz. Andrew, you're going to like you might not like the look of this team lineup for Pompey. We will go through it in just a moment. There have been a couple of changes. One thing to note is that Charlie Daniels makes his full debut since joining us from Shrewsbury, and obviously previously AFC Bournemouth. We will go through that in just a moment. Here we go then. Pompey lineup. In goal, number 1, Craig McGilvery. Number 2, Callum Johnson. It's a back 4. Obviously, Callum Johnson, James Bolton, Sean Raggett, and there's Charlie Daniels. 4-4-2, it looks like, with Ryan Williams, Tom Naylor, Andy Cannon, and Michael Jacobs, all behind Ellis Harrison and John Marquis. Interestingly enough, Ronan Curtis and Marcus Harness both dropped to the bench this evening. Lewis Ward is the second choice goalkeeper, new signing, and George Byers, Harvey White, Hajib Manoga, and Lee Brown are the rest of the substitutes. Andrew, your immediate reaction to seeing that team news?
Well, something has to change, Tom, doesn't it? The last 2 games, it didn't work, the formation and the players on the pitch, did it? So I think maybe those two, you said that Harness is on the bench?
Yes.
Along with Marquis?
Were you not watching what we just looked at?
But was Marquis on the pitch?
Marquis is playing, yes, with Ellis Harrison up top.
Those 2 up front, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so he's dropped Harness, and who else did he drop, Tom? I didn't see it. I was busy eating.
You were busy eating. Harness is on the bench, as is Ronan Curtis. It's Michael Jacobs back in for Curtis.
Okay. I don't think that matters too much. I think Curtis had a sloppy couple of games, and I think Jacobs deserves a chance because I think he gives that a little bit more, Tom, sometimes. Not sure about Harrison up front with Marcus. That might work. It looks like it's going to be a long ball to him to knock it down to Marcus, which is possibly the tactics. Interesting. Let's see what happens.
Brilliant. Right, it's time for some pre-match legend. We're going to chat to Sean Meads, who is ready and waiting for us as Andrew takes another bite of his fruit salad. How are you, mate? Oh, he's behind. He's behind us. I don't know if he can hear us.
You?
There he is. How are you? He's behind. He's behind us. I don't know if he can hear us.
You?
There he is. How are you? Your computer's muted, my son.
No.
It's not going well. It's not going well. On the StreamYard, mate, not on the YouTube.
My computer technician to come down.
We'll chat to Aaron. We'll join you in a sec. How are you, mate?
Oh, dear. He's having a nightmare.
He's the legend.
How you doing? You all right?
All right,
We're very well, mate. How are you?
Right, not bad. Right. Over the last couple of days.
You said you were going to talk to us and spread some positivity, I believe.
Yeah.
Fire away.
I think it might actually ruffle some feathers, but I reckon Kenny has been a tactical genius. Right. Yeah, fair enough. I know the last 2 games hasn't gone to plan, but I reckon he's done it on purpose to get the team to play at 80%. So because the transfer window closed on yesterday, so it stopped all other clubs coming in to get our players, because the last couple of seasons in January, it's just been nightmare, like from Ben Thompson to last year and everything. So I reckon he's told the team to play it down. Don't go 100%. It's going to be tough games anyway, but then we're just waiting till after the transfer window. Tonight, I reckon the benchmark will be put on and we're going to come out flying and we're going to smash Charlton completely. I know that we haven't beaten Charlton for quite a few games now, a few seasons, but I reckon this is our turning point. We're going to put the benchmark on for the rest of the league and say, look, we are here. We're going to win and we're going to be champions elite. We're going to be champions at the end of the season. I strongly believe that.
Yeah, could I just ask you could I have a pint of what you've been drinking? What's going on there?
Yeah, well, it's just like, I've been thinking, we've been we were playing awesome football for a couple of months. Yeah. And then all of a sudden, over Christmas, it was like, yeah, we're here. We're now actually at that point to say, look, we're a champions elect now, so we're going to go for it. And then all of a sudden, just a little bit off, but I think we're strong. We got a good squad, and having that Daniels in the lineup tonight, he shouts at the players. He's going to be running that back line and everything and pushing everyone up. Got Jacobs as well. If need be, bring on Curtis in like the 70th minute for a super sub. See what he can do. He knows he's been dropped now, so he's got to step up his game. Hopefully, the team have been kicked up the rear end from Kenny over the last couple of days and saying, look, we've got to do this. Because at the end of the day, half the team are out of contract at the end of the season. Could he be actually doing psychological warfare with the players to say, look, if we do get promoted, half of you will actually get a contract if we go up. Otherwise, if we don't go up, you won't be playing for Pompey next year.
Yeah, I like the term psychological warfare. That's a great way to put it.
But what I would say, two things I'd say about that, buddy. First thing is the sentence, Kenny Jackett and tactical genius is never should go together. That's a fact. In one sentence, right?
Yeah, I did say it would ruffle a couple of feathers, but I think
you ruffled a couple here.
I think if you see the result, if I think the way it's going to go tonight, and you see at the end of the game, then you're going to think, oh, actually, he might be on a winner there. So he's not just playing for the team and us; he's actually playing for his own job anyway, because his contract's up in June.
That's the point I was going to make. If we don't get promoted this season, he's out of a job anyway, and there's rumours he's on big money and all that sort of stuff going on and whatever. But the important thing is, if you play for this football club, especially when there aren't fans there, but maybe there's just as many watching, which there probably are across the world, a lot more probably there in Fratton Park on a normal Saturday. You pull that blue shirt on, we all know what it means, this badge, we all know what it means. And I think every player that's on that pitch should be given 150% every time they pull that shirt on for this team in any position. And I think you're right, but Kenny has what he does do, I think, quite well, is he manages to, as you say, intimidate the players as much as he doesn't care who he drops, like Ronan Curtis. Doesn't matter, mate. You've had two really shocking games. You're out the side.
Yeah. And I would have dropped him that way.
I admire that. One thing I admire about Kenny Jackett, he doesn't take any prisoners. If the player's had two rubbish games, he drops him, and he gives someone else a chance. So there's that rotation of if you like, if you don't perform, then you basically don't get in the side in the starting lineup. So I think you give him some credit for that, to be fair.
Yeah,
but
like what I said,
genius is a bit strong.
Yeah, it's a bit strong. But like what I said the other week, is now he's got some players in through the window, and now they're actually fighting for their places. So now you're going to see more of a passion team tonight. Even though like there's a couple of players off, but I think that's a really strong team tonight, and I think we're going to give Charlton a game. They lost their best attacking midfielder, didn't they, over the window? I've forgotten his name now. He got signed to someone else, but they've lost that player. I've forgotten his name now. I will remember it. But he was one of their better players, and he got signed to another club yesterday. But hopefully, like I strongly believe that we're going to come out and give them a really good game tonight. I've seen their picks as well. It's not brilliant. It's not.
No, it's not. It's not. But the game is on, which is good. Aaron, we will join you at half time and full time if you're sticking around, mate. If that's all right.
Yeah. I'm here for the long haul. So yeah. I will say, as long as we get a goal in quickly in the first 15 minutes, it's definitely a 4-0.
Brilliant. Aaron, that is what we like to hear, mate. We will see you at half time and potentially full time too. Does that sound good?
Yeah, that's excellent. And then hopefully my Kenny tactical genius might actually become a reality at full time.
Let's wait and see. Here we go. Thank you very much indeed, Aaron. We're going to continue our pre-match build-up now. See you in a second.
Yeah.
Right, it is Charlton Athletic versus Pompey. As you can see there on your screen, two out-of-form teams. It's 3 days delayed, but could it be 3 points gained for the team from the South Coast heading up to London this evening? It's a beautiful evening in the capital, and the legend Sean Meads joins us live on the show. We are incredibly lucky to have him. I think he may have just about sorted his Wi-Fi issues out or whatever was going on. Hope you're well, mate. Welcome along.
Evening, guys. How are we?
We're very well, mate. We're very well. How are you?
Yeah, good. Not too bad. Getting by.
Legend, lovely to see.
Lovely to see you in the background again, Andrew.
Thank you. He's forever in the background, and he forever. Andrew, I'm going to let you have some Sean Mead's time. All yours.
Well, it's always a pleasure when you've got a balding buddy on there, bud, and a chunky monkey like myself.
Yeah,
it's always good. And
hang on, how's that? Does that look better?
Wonderful. Peas in a pod.
You're just a bit blurred like that.
So, Sean, what do you think of briefly on the last two games and what you think about tonight?
The last two games were dreadful. Totally lost the plot, didn't we? To be honest, but I've just checked I've missed what you were talking about, but I just checked the team, and I've got to say I'm quite pleased of how he's changed things, because I think we need to attack this team tonight.
Yeah.
We keep saying two up front. It looks like he could be playing Harrison alongside Marcus, but the thing I like also is you've dropped the big name.
Ronan
Curtis, but you've got him to come on, and the other winger to come on. So we've got better options, better attacking options to come on than usual, I think.
We said that we thought that one thing you can give credit to Kenny for is he doesn't take any prisoners. If a player's had two bad games, he drops him. It doesn't matter who it is, Marcus, Curtis, doesn't matter. He gives them enough time, and if they let the team down, don't perform well, he drops them, doesn't he, on the bench, and it doesn't matter, as you say, it doesn't matter who you are. Give him some credit for that. But Aaron said earlier, Kenny is a tactical genius. Do you concur with that statement?
Tactical genius. Now I think he's way off a tactical genius of our squad for the amount of players he's played out of position before. No, I think he's still learning what we've got, to be honest.
Yeah,
4 years in.
Yeah, 4 years in now, aren't we? So
we
should know it by now, shouldn't we?
Well, we should, but he didn't seem to pick up what he was doing, did he? He's a sort of a hit and miss manager, I think. I mean, his record's good, but with us, he doesn't seem to have played what we can see.
Yeah. Sean, have you had a chance to have a look at some of the fixtures that are coming up for Pompey in the next couple of weeks?
No, I've just literally flicked in the old squad, and which I've just lost because I'm on something else over here.
Okay, well, in that case, let's have a look at the next 10 games for Pompey. They're all live here on Fournilwrittenalloverit. Sean, my question to you is going to be, how many points do you reckon, all right, out of the 10? So a possibility of 30. Let's have a quick look. Okay, you can't quite see it, but it's pouring down with rain on the south coast this evening. This Saturday, Plymouth Argyle make the trip to Fratton Park. Swindon Town return with Brett Pittman. We get going from 6:30. It is Crewe Alexandria and Bristol Rovers, which are back-to-back away trips for Pompey. Blackpool make the long trip down to the south coast on the 20th. We get going from 2:30. Then it's a trip to the Cassan. Then Pompey welcome Gillingham. It's a trip to South Yorkshire to face Doncaster Rovers on the 2nd. Our coverage begins at 6:30. Then it's Northampton Town away, and then the big one, Portsmouth versus Sunderland, live here on Fournilwrittenalloverit on the 9th of March from 6 p.m. with myself, Andrew, and a whole host of guests too. Okay, there's your 10 games, legend. What do we think then? Are we going to go with 30 points, or are we going to be a little bit more conservative and say, I don't know, perhaps 15, 20?
I've got 21 points out of that.
21.
Yeah.
You're 21 now?
I don't know.
I got us down as a loss to Gillingham at home, actually.
For any particular reason?
Yeah, they seem to bamboozle us.
Yeah, I agree with that, actually. It was the last couple of seasons. Like Boxing Day every time away from home, yeah.
And at our place last season.
Yeah, they did beat us up with Broad and Darren Range. Remember that one? Yeah, I remember that one too. Okay, 21 points. Would you be happy with that if you were Kenny Jackett, legend?
Out of how many?
30.
It's not going to win the league, is it?
No.
Will it be good enough for second? I don't think so.
Is second good enough for you? I'll spin the question.
Is second good enough for me?
Yeah.
No.
You want to win the league, don't you?
We've got to win the league. To get out of this league, we've got to win the league.
Yeah.
I know we could come second, but that's not good enough.
No. So
it's acceptable as a fan, but it's not good enough to with the teams in our league, we should be top and clear.
That's what we said. We said a lot of times the players we've got, the actual players that we've physically got to our disposal.
the squad's by far the best squad in the league, I think.
Yeah, for sure. It's getting the best out of them, isn't it?
It is, yeah. And I think that's Kenny's trouble.
Yeah.
I don't think he can adapt to certain teams at the moment.
Do you think it's a case of man management and motivation? It's easy to drop a player when he's not played well for 2 games. Is it harder to pick a player up and give him some confidence and make sure he's playing well for you? That's you give it. The Ainsworth is a good example of that at Wickham. The guy kicks every single ball on the pitch, doesn't he? With every single player, he's working with every single player for 90 minutes of the game, isn't he?
I think a lot of time as a when you're on the pitch, you look across to your manager for something to give you a boost. I don't think I've ever seen a camera go on him where he's really been like geeing a player up.
Yeah. Are you watching the game? You're watching the game, Sean. It's just about to kick off, we think.
Yeah, I've just plugged the lead in from the computer to the telly, so yeah, I will be. Yeah.
Matey, we'll let you go. Thank you so much for joining us. It's been a pre-match. Sean Mead from the Legend. It's a pleasure to have you on.
Can I just say hello to someone quick?
Of course you can. Go for it.
Hi to Amy and my brother Richard.
There we go. Hello to Amy and Richard. Sean's. He's also a legend, I would understand, Richard. Sean, it's been a pleasure, mate. Thank you very much for joining us. We will see you. We'll see you at half time. Ciao. Cheers, mate. Very quickly before we get going this evening, ladies and gents, in the last 8 fixtures, it doesn't make for good reading for a Pompey fan, does it? 6 games won for Charlton Athletic. There's been no draws and only 2 occasions where Pompey have come through with all 3 points. Andrew, we are going to begin our commentary now.
To go to or not?
No, we haven't. He's not there yet, so he's going to join us from half time. What do you reckon? Excited? Haven't really spoken to you yet, have I, really?
No, I think, Tom, not for me to say too much. There's Sean Naylor. He's there.
He is there, but we've got about half a minute before kickoff. Well, Sean, we'll chat to you at half time, mate, and we'll get the commentary underway. Because if we begin talking to Sean, we'll want to be going on for a while, won't we? So we'll get underway with the commentary. Ollie will join us for commentary in just a second as well. He's just getting his iFollow up and running. Pompey in the white strip, black shorts, and Charlton Athletic obviously in their home kit this evening, which is red shirts, white shorts.
I like the lineup, Tom. Daniel's playing centre half there, which I think is good. Bolton's back in the side.
He is. James Bolton back in the side, and we went through that in just a few moments ago. Ladies and gents, a very warm welcome along to the stream. Hope you're all well. There is 107 of you that join us across YouTube and Facebook. If you could like the stream, let us know your thoughts on this evening's game. It's Bobby Madley who is in charge of this one as the referee, and we are just about to get off and underway in the capital. Ryan Williams is ready to take kickoff for Pompey. Have you enjoyed that?
Not yet.
We haven't really eaten much of it, have you? But you're more than welcome to crack on with it in just a moment or two.
Can you get that on there?
No, I can't.
Well, Sean got it on his telly.
Well, I'm trying to stream 2 things at once. So here is the kickoff then. Ryan Williams plays the ball. It's Sean Raggett on the ball now. We are off and underway in the capital, and it's not a great start.
Not a great pitch.
I saw the ball. Bouncing. Yeah, I was going to say it's not bouncing in the greatest way possible, is it?
I don't see any point in Raggett getting that ball and just lumping it 45 yards straight back to them. Do you?
I think it's just sort of to kick the game off, isn't it? Andrew Shinney on the ball now for Charlton Athletic. And I'm absolutely buzzing for this one. It's a big night for Pompey in the capital.
Let's see if Aaron's right about...
here come Charlton Athletic. It's an early break on that right-hand side. Ball goes in. It's a dangerous one. Sean Raggett gets it away. And
good header from Raggett.
It was a good header from Raggett, absolutely. Excited for this one. And it's out for the first Pompey throw-in of the... Oh, no, it's not. I think there's a free kick of some sort that the referee may have blown up for.
Harrison's stepped on his foot, I think.
He's not in the best of ways, is he? But there we go. Referee just making sure.
50-50 ball, wasn't it?
It was, yeah.
Why is he rocking like a baby?
I'm not quite sure why he's rocking like a baby, but there we go. There's actually a yellow card that the referees produced for Ellis Harrison.
Oh, my word, that's early, isn't it?
It was. It's a minute and a bit in. I didn't actually see the challenge, to be honest. I don't know if we'll get a replay or not.
I doubt it.
But it was Gunter.
It's a yellow already. That's shocking. First minute.
Well, a minute and a half in, yeah.
And he's a bully as well. Harrison could get himself sent off now.
Oh God, not again.
No, he could because it's a minute in.
Well, not. I mean, as in not again for the second time It's not good, is it?
I think I'll sub him now.
Would sub him straight away after 2 minutes.
If he gets another yellow, then we're down to 10 men. And it's 1 minute in. I'd have him off. Honestly.
You wouldn't make a substitution that early,
I'd have him off
surely.
I would. Because he's going to get Charlton are going to look to get him another yellow, aren't they? And he's the type of player that's a bit of a bully, isn't he?
Ryan Williams goes in for a challenge there. Here's Albie Morgan who plays the ball forward. It's Sean Raggett with the header away. Callum Johnson will be taking a throw in for Pompey. Ollie will join us in a minute. Thank you very much to all of you who join us live across YouTube and Facebook. As I say, that speak of the devil, I believe he should be. There he is. He's ready to go. We're going to come to him in just a moment once he's got himself sorted out. 2.5, well, just over 2.5 minutes has been played in this one. And it's a free kick just inside Pompey's own half. And I believe that is that Charlie Daniels coming over to pick the ball up? No, it's not. James Bolton back in the side this evening. Lovely to see him.
Who did you drop for Bolton then?
Well, obviously Jack Watmore's not in the back four, is he?
Yeah,
so it's Watmore and Brown out, and Rasmus Nikolaisen not even in the squad this evening. But there we go. Let's add Ollie to the stream, see how he's doing. We'll be on commentary with him for the evening. He's very kindly joined us. He's a couple of minutes late, but that's all right. How are you, my son?
Yeah, all good, thank you. I was getting a haircut, as you can see.
Nice. I can see you. You've had one very recently.
Well, out, Marcus.
I need one. Play to radio at the minute.
What's your minute, mate? What's your time on?
I'm slightly behind you. If you've just said all because of the Marquis shot.
Yeah. What's your minute in the corner?
Slightly, it's currently showing the replay.
Okay. Would you mind turning the commentary down? You're going to get us a copyright strike from YouTube pretty quickly.
3 minute 57 I'm on.
Right. I'm going to pause for a second then. Let me know when you get to 4 minutes and 5 seconds, all right?
I'm there.
Right. Read out the numbers on your screen.
10, 11,
Perfect.
12.
Perfect. We're watching it exactly the same time then. Here's Jake Foster-Caskey in the middle of the park. It's a cross ball all the way down to Marsden. How are you, my son?
Yeah, good. Yeah, I'm good. I'm
long time no see.
I haven't been able to watch many of these, so it's going to be quite nice to actually go and sit for a game. And obviously, it's an important game to me. A couple of my good mates are Charlton fans. I believe one's watching at the moment, actually live. So, hello, Michael. Welcome to the stream. Thank you for joining us tonight. Yeah, I mean, I reckon it's going to be a good game tonight. It's a shame it got called off on Saturday. To be honest with you, the pitch doesn't look fantastic still. It looks a little bit ropey, doesn't it? And I know that on the stream on Saturday morning, there's a few discussions, wasn't there, about how clubs like Charlton, that are playing in the Championship, should have certain type of drainage and bits like that, in place. But genuinely, they've had a very rough ride with owners, similarly to what we had, not quite as bad as what we went through those years ago. But last season they got bought out. When they moved into the Championship, and it all seemed like it was going to be a great thing for them, and this guy promised all this money, and then he failed to fulfill some of the English Football League's regulations in regards to like displaying finance and wealth and everything like that, and they almost went for a points deduction and had to go through all that process like we went through. Fortunately, they avoided it. Unfortunately, they got relegated because of it. In the end, it didn't help them to their morale of the team and everything like that. But, Bowie's done great work with the club. And I think that if they'd had a couple more seasons with a bit more stability in the Championship, you'd probably see them in a, with a better quality pitch at the moment and the drainage system and stuff we come to expect in that level of football these days.
It is. It's right. Thanks for that, Ollie. It's Ryan Williams down the right-hand side, looking to make something happen early doors here for Pompey. We're just over 6 minutes into this one. He's done well, actually. The challenge comes in from Marsden. Nothing's given for the referee, and James Bolton manages to keep it in play. That one has gone out now.
It's still in play.
That's definitely left the field of play at some point there. Callum Johnson gets the ball in. It didn't trouble anyone. And there is a free kick there. For some reason, it's It's a Charlton free kick.
William jumped into him.
You might notice, Ollie, that your iFollow commentary is a little bit behind if you're still listening to it. So apologies for that. There's nothing that I can do.
I've turned it off.
Yeah,
I don't need a commentary, mate. When I've got someone of your caliber describing it.
That's all right. I'll do the work for you. At least it's live for you. Ellis Harrison now. Michael Jacobs on to Johnny Marquis in the box. He's got a chance here, Marquis, and Ellis Harrison went down like a sack of whatever. And I don't think anything's going to be given for that. In fact, it's going to be a foul the other way for Jaden Stockley there for Charlton. And I want to take you out of the stream while you're busy doing that. We'll let you finish your food as well. But you're stuck for myself and Ollie now. Andrew's gone for a bit. There's the ball across.
Well,
this is dangerous.
What do you think? What's the consensus being for the game today? What are we thinking? What do you think the score? Where are you going, Cannon? Cannon has decided to run past three.
He's done very well.
Box and whip it out to their right back.
He's done well there, though, Ollie. Yeah. It's still the ball's still alive there, but it's a Charlton ball in, and it hasn't hit anyone in the process of crossing the box, and that one will be Callum Johnson's to trot over, retrieve, and go again. Sorry, what was your question before we got a little bit excited about that Charlton attacking phase of play?
My question was, what's everyone's consensus tonight? What do we think the scores are going to be today? What have we been hearing on the 4-0 written all over it media channels and other such like data?
We've had a good hour or so of.
We had one guy, Aaron.
We had Aaron on.
Clearly deluded. You missed him.
Aaron's not deluded. Don't say that.
We had Eric and Rowdy on from the Dutch Supporters Club who thought we were going to win tonight. Aaron said, "Get this, Ollie. Kenny Jackett is a tactical genius."
Wow. I have to say that is an interesting comment from Aaron, considering he played the same formation for 3 years straight and it didn't get us promoted. Off. Blimey. Bit of a swipe with the left foot from the edge of the box there.
You hit the crossbar.
No trouble for McGilvery. Yeah, McGilvery left it. He knew it was going over. That was close though, wasn't it?
It was
chest from the centre. Yeah. Oh.
He has hit the crossbar.
What a finish that would have been. My word.
It's clipped it. It hasn't hit it bang on, has it? But it's nonetheless, it's a great strike from Albie Morgan. Early doors, inside 10 minutes. It's the chance of the game so far for Charlton Athletic. Here are Pompey down the other end. Callum Johnson, lovely take. Down to Ryan Williams on this near touchline. Ball goes in after the second touch. It's not good enough. Michael Jacobs now looking to retrieve things back. He can't do so. It's Albie Morgan who's just recently hit the crossbar back there doing defensive duties. And the ball is back with the furthest man back, which is Sean Raggett, who finds James Bolton. A very good evening to everyone who joins us across YouTube and Facebook. If you could like the stream, boys and girls, let us know you're enjoying yourselves. Get us up to 100 likes. That'd be absolutely wonderful. Keeper nearly came for that, actually, Amos. But he didn't in the end. It was dealt with by his defenders. Go on, mate.
I like the formation we're playing. The thing is, if you look at I was chatting to James and Michael about the game, obviously in the build-up to it. And both of them kind of have said the same sort of thing, that Charlton have seemed to have scored quite a few goals this season, but they've also conceded quite a few goals. Whereas we've been fairly good defensively up until the whole match, obviously, which we forget all about. But generally, defensively, we've been pretty solid this year so far. It could be one of those games, though, where Charlton do look like a dangerous side, like they're going to score a couple of goals, to be honest with you. So I think that we're going to have to score a few ourselves. I quite like the formation of having, Cannon's playing as a quite attacking player. We've got Jacobs in, who's again quite an attacking player. Harris and Marcus up there. And
Anthony's quite rightly said there, Ollie. Well. A positive 4-4-2, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly right. Yeah, it's a really attacking 4-4-2. I think, maybe, we're being a bit harsh about Kenny. The last few years, he has played a very one-dimensional game of football. And I think this season we have seen a little bit more change and chopping. I don't know whether that's forced by the nature of the season, where it's very quick. There's a lot of games one after another. So you're going to have injuries. You're going to have to swap players in and out. And therefore, you have to change your tactics to suit the players that are playing. Or whether that's just because he thinks he needs to change it up a little bit more, and that's what we've been wanting. So it's great to see this season, and hopefully it will come off for us today, and we'll get a few goals against these boys. but we're definitely going to have to score a few. That's for certain. I think 2 or 3 to win this game.
What's your internet connection like at the minute, mate?
Fine. Why?
Yeah, it's just you're sort of jumping in and out every sort of. I don't know if you actually, as I say that, you've actually sorted yourself out. I think so. Speak for a little bit and just.
I should be fine. I hope the viewers can hear me.
The viewers can hear you. What? All I'm saying is that every sort of now and again the iPad's freezing. We can still hear you, but it's.
Oh, I see. Okay.
It's going like it's just maybe if you've got a couple of devices connected, Ollie, that you're not using, if you could switch those off, that'd be wonderful.
I've just turned off the PlayStation.
Automatically, that has properly eased it. Literally.
I think the PlayStation. I tried to stream. Just so everyone knows, if you've got a PlayStation, it's really difficult to stream the game when I follow through it. It's horrendous. So don't try it. It is absolutely shocking for that kind of thing. They're not built for the internet, I don't think. Although weirdly, with the FA Cup the other week, it was fine.
That's perfect. You're really smoother than I am now. So there we go. Wonderful. 12.5 minutes has been, well, just approaching 13 minutes, actually. Okay, sorry, if I put my arm up, you can't see the stream, can you? Not an awful lot to write home about, apart from obviously Charlton Athletic hitting the bar. It's a free kick the referee's given in favour of Ellis Harrison, who's been throwing himself around in the opening 13 minutes of this game. Plenty still to come here on Fournilwrittenalloverit this evening. Myself and Ollie guiding you through commentary. We'll have a halftime comment from Andrew. I've also got plenty of guests joining us for halftime too. We're going to stick around until 9 o'clock this evening, boys and girls. So we've got plenty of time to get through all your thoughts here on Fournilwrittenalloverit. So if you've got any opinions on the game right now, Ollie's going to shoot and leave us for the moment, but he will be back in hopefully 10 minutes or so, and myself and Andrew will guide you through. Andrew's not going to guide you through because he's busy on his phone, but it's Tom Naylor now for Pompey. Andy Cannon, ball in, and it's away from James Bolton, and that will be behind. There's a bit of a chance there for Pompey, not too much in it there, and be honest, it's not been a game that not many chances down this end so far that have really troubled Ben Amos, which is not good to hear, is it? Really?
No. It looks like two sides at the minute, Tom, who both need to settle into this game. Charlton look like they're playing a lot of the football, which they would be, I suppose, at home. We look like we're chasing it a little bit. I think it's going to be an open game. As Ollie said, I think to beat Charlton, you've got to get 2 goals at least in the Valley tonight.
This could be the chance to. Ellis Harrison now. He's only got a couple of men to beat. He opts to find John Marquis, edge of the box. It's a shot, and it's high and over the crossbar.
He's got to give that back to Williams.
I don't know if he's got to give that back or just sort his accuracy on the shot out, because that was John Marquis' prime time there.
No, he's got to give that to Williams. Look, watch Williams.
Williams is in the box.
He gives it to Williams.
It's difficult. It's the
rolls it in front of Williams. It's 1-0.
Oshalaja's doing well to cut off the supply line to Ryan Williams there, and I'm going to disagree with you there. John Marquis only really had one option to shoot.
Rubbish, mate. If he's hit that in front of
I disagree. You can't score from. You can't do that. It's just going to hit O'Sheila.
Let's keep this one moment and ask Oliver and the other guests on the show what they think of that chance. Then that's got to go to Williams, in my view.
Okay. It's another free kick that Ellis Harrison's given away for Charlton in their own half. Pitch is looking absolutely dreadful this evening in the capital. He missed because he wasn't in the 6-yard box. Absolutely. I think the only option there was for Marquis to have a go.
No, Tom, don't keep on about it because you're wrong.
I don't think I am. Sean Raggett with the ball over the top. That's fallen nicely for Tom Naylor. What on earth was that? It was a massively overhit shot. Not even a shot, was it? It was a just a ball through that didn't quite work, did it? A turnover in possession, and Charlton Athletic come again through the number 12, Andrew Shinney. He's got options to his right, and he takes them. This is Albie Morgan, who hit the bar a couple of moments ago. Ball goes in, first time. That's not going to trouble.
Great ball.
It is a great ball, but it's Callum Johnson who's there, standing underneath it. Andy Cannon.
Does well. He does well.
He has done well there. And that's a ball from Charlie Daniels. My word, what a pick out that was.
That's almost a Glenn Hoddle pass.
Johnny
Creative.
Marquis. Ellis Harrison wants it. He's got it. Edge of the D. There's a referee. Come on. That's a terrible challenge.
Yellow, isn't it? It's got to
It
be
will.
yellow.
Oh, I don't know if it's a
Just
yellow
give it on
card.
Harrison for the same sort of tackle.
It's a great position for the free kick to be taken. We'll watch that back again and decide. Johnny Marquis. He wants it there, Ellis Harrison. It's a poorly and it is a yellow card for Adedeji.
Adeboda.
Hang on a second.
Adeboda.
Adedeji Oshilaja.
Yeah, well, it's a good old East London name.
And it'll be Charlie Daniels who stands over that one. Michael Jacobs as well. The referees put a blob on the ground. He's going to take 10 steps, and Charlton Athletic have to go back, and there's confirmation of that yellow card. There we go. The spray is firm. The ref wants them to go back further. Look at the ground, boys.
Daniels. Is it Charlie Daniels on the ball?
Charlie Daniels is one of the players stood over it. Andy Cannon.
Charlie Daniels is going to take this left foot.
He is. The referee needs to sort the Charlton Athletic defence out because they're all stood over the line. Which is not good. I reckon this has got Charlie Daniels written all over it. We'll have to wait and see whether it is a successful one.
Championship player, isn't he?
That ball a second ago was outrageously
this
good.
Is why he's got such a peg on him. Let's see what he can do. Is Cannon going to touch this?
I don't know if he will or not. I don't know why he stood there. I think that's definitely something that's been worked on at Roko. But it is Charlie Daniels shot into the wall. Michael Jacobs on the follow-up. Again, that is into the wall. Andy Cannon now trying to keep things alive for Pompey. Finds Callum Johnson. Ball is down on the touchline. It was a powerful strike from Charlie Daniels, but it did end up in a sea of red legs. Cannon still with a chance here. And he's caught out there, Charlie Daniels, by Albie Morgan. And Andy Cannon's done really well to win it back. He will try and shield the ball. Referee blows up for a free kick in Pompey's favour. 0-0 here at the Valley.
Couple of good minutes, Tom.
Couple of good minutes for Pompey, absolutely. What have you made of the opening 20 minutes or so, mate?
As I said, Tom, it's pretty open, isn't it? I think they're there for the taking. I think we're stepping up the pace a little bit in this last 2 or 3 minutes. Going to keep the sort of pressure on. As Ollie said, I like the formation, I like the attacking formation.
Retro shirt Sean is loving Cannon's work rate and effort.
No, I always do, mate.
Yeah.
I always do too. He's taking us again. Charlie Daniels again.
It is. It's Charlie Daniels.
He's not going to hit this, is he?
He'll get a second opportunity in order to do so.
He's going to place this somewhere, isn't he? Why have we got someone right over there? We have now.
We have. Charlie Daniels is doing that job right now. It won't be him taking the free kick. It's looking like Michael Jacobs. Hand goes up, ball goes in.
Oh, shocking.
It's not the best. And Ben Amos was pretty easy for him to come out and claim.
That ball was terrible.
We are now over into 20 minutes on this one. 135 of you join us across YouTube and Facebook. A very good evening to you all and a very warm welcome along to the stream. Myself and Andrew and Ollie will rejoin us in a moment, guiding you through this one. It's 0-0 at the Valley. 20 minutes has gone, and here comes Darren Pratley. The ball is travelling incredibly slowly on that turf, isn't it? Much slower than it normally would.
It'd be good news for us, Tom, because Charlton break.
Oh, there's a chance there.
Very quickly. Like
James Bolton away. Andy Cannon goes down. Free kick, Pompey. They're frustrating. They're getting frustrated. Or becoming frustrated, should I say. Sean Raggett. This looks like a referee who's going to be blowing up for pretty much everything this evening, so not good news. But we'll have to wait and see. There's the cross ball. It's lofted in the direction of Ellis Harrison, but that one's not going to come off.
No, because he got behind it.
Tom Nader with the outside of his boot tries to find John Marquis, who's chasing down Gunter.
Stay with him.
Brings him down. It's a challenge. The referee will blow up quite rightly for a Charlton Athletic free kick.
Just let him take it 10 yards from where it was.
Well, it doesn't matter too much as it's in their own defensive half. Tom Naylor right on halfway. Andy Cannon, who looks like he's been rolling around with the pigs. That's the animals, not the police. Here's Callum Johnson now.
Kindly refrain from making comments like that.
It's near side. That's one of my favourites of the evening so far. Here's Marsden.
He's dangerous, this boy.
He is dangerous. He's got
Let
options
him
to his
run on,
left.
Let
He
him
has
run
been
past
let.
you.
Well,
Oh, stick your boot in. You've got to stop him playing football.
ball goes
Tom.
in. Albie Morgan. Ollie, I think if you give us a wave if you want to come back on, mate, yeah, or no, or ketchup, or what?
Ketchup going on, mate.
We'll just have a quick look at what he's doing. He's oh no, it's not ketchup. It's barbecue sauce. Oh no, it is ketchup.
It's ketchup.
Is it ketchup?
Let him have a break, Tom.
Crikey!
What's he got there? Chips.
Oh, I ain't got his headphones in. We'll come back to you. Craig McGilvery with the goal kick for Pompey. 22 and a half minutes played, which means we are almost halfway in the first half of this one. Ryan Williams finding a lot of space down that near side already so far this game. It's a ball in towards Ellis Harrison. He just stood there and watched it. Michael Jacobs taking it down sublimely. And that is on the edge, left-hand side of the penalty area.
Apart from that free kick, he's playing well.
3 Pompey players in close proximity. Andy Cannon's an option. Michael Jacobs opts for Charlie Daniels. He's looking to take it round Matthews. He doesn't do so.
He's a very good player, Charlie Daniels. Come on, ref. Come on. Did you not see it?
He has. All right, give him a chance. My word.
Get on with it.
Tom Naylor's won a free kick for Pompey. Referee standing over it, making sure that everyone knows he's in charge this evening. First half of the season, Andrew will go for Andy Cannon. I've liked the look of Johnny Marquis. I thought he's had a really good season for us so far. He's been scoring the goals. Ryan Williams has done well too, but I think your overriding would be Andy Cannon, wouldn't it? Charlie Daniels takes this one. It's a good ball in, and it's not a bad opportunity for Pompey. And Ellis Harrison on the half volley. That is straight out the Charlton centre-back, and that will be out for an Andy Cannon Pompey throw-in.
I think we've got the upper hand on this first 23 minutes, Tom, overall. I think we're pushing them. They're trying to get us to the away side, trying to get us on the break, aren't they? It's almost
Callum Johnson on this near side. That's
corner,
not going to be a corner. Ben Amos is going to come and retrieve and get things going again for Charlton Athletic. He only needed to really traipse over to get that one. It wasn't anything, it wasn't a stretch for him to get in order to prevent the corner. But the Pompey press has been good.
Yep.
Pompey press has been good. Work on the ball and off the ball, I think, has been good to see. Here is Andrew Shinney. And that is oh my word, that's not a great ball, is it? From Jake Foster-Caskey, who's probably the worst ball he's going to play all evening.
He's a good player normally, isn't he?
But yeah, closing them down well. As the legend Sean Mead has said, we are closing down well. There we go.
Maybe the last 2 games is the kick up the bottom we needed, Tom. We're maybe getting too overconfident about
how
well we're playing. So
perhaps
the Lincoln game they're both misfit games, weren't they? Really?
Yeah. No, they were. It's been a tough week for us, isn't it? And having the game postponed as well. And as Anthony's quite rightly said, we are looking very much more together tonight. Sean said it's amazing how good a team can play with players being played in the right position. That's a dig at Kenny Jackett or not Sean, retro shirt Sean, but he's quite right in what he's saying.
Not wrong. Charlton aren't they mugs, are they? But...
No, they're not. Absolutely. And it's been a positive first 25 minutes, albeit no goals yet for Pompey. But we've looked okay. Ladies and gents, let's do something that I'd be interested to see where you join us all from this evening. So to the 140 people who join us, let us know in the live chat down below, where are you joining the Fournilwrittenalloverit live stream from this evening? Are you in Portsmouth? Are you halfway across the world? Are you closer to home? Are you nearer Charlton than you are Fratton Park? Let us know. We join you from
sunny
Dorset this evening. Darren Prattley on the ball. Chichester, crikey. I hardly got my words out. They're already flying in. Chichester, Southsea, Bournemouth, Bath, Vancouver, West Sussex, beautiful part of the world. New Zealand, my word. There's another one. Watford, says Aaron, the legend.
Holland, obviously, Eric.
Holland, Eric. Paulsgrove, Canterbury, Chichester again. Saltash in Cornwall. Good evening, Andy. Welcome along to the stream. That'll be a Charlton Athletic throw-in. Doosland? Is that Doosland?
Where is it?
Doosland, Devon, United Kingdom.
Doosland. I don't know. Doosland. That's
Devon
somewhere, isn't it?
Tom Naylor had to get back there and and give us a hand with that one. Doosland up. Sean, if you're anywhere near Barnstable, mate, that's where his mum and my grandma live. So let us know if that's nearby. I don't live in Devon. We live in Dorset, mate. The Isle of Wight, Portchester, Pompey, Farnham, but moving to Portsmouth, Westbourne, Havant, Spain. Good evening, Nick. Welcome along. Rushden in Northamptonshire, not far from our distribution base, Lutterworth. Dario, Buenos Aires in Argentina, Northwest London, Winchester, Fareham. Used to live in Sao Paulo. Crikey, some destinations across the globe this evening. Thank you for letting us all know that.
It's dangerous.
It is dangerous. The ball goes in.
Get rid. That's it. Williams on it now.
A bit of a chance for Charlton Athletic there. Ryan Williams chasing this one down. Well, chasing along with it. He's quick, isn't he?
He is quick. But...
eventually, he is going to get dispossessed. We are worse than Man United. No one lives in Pompey. Used to. Back in the day. That one's going to be a free kick. Referee in favour of Darren Pratley for Charlton Athletic inside Pompey territory. And not too far inside Pompey territory. Good evening to Gary. Welcome along on Facebook, mate. Hope you're well.
Hi, Gary.
Hope the 100... That was a nice warm welcome for Gary. Hope the 150 of you else join us on the stream are all well too. We're guiding you through Tuesday night football here on Fournilwrittenalloverit all over it. It's Charlton 0, Pompey 0 at the Valley so far. 28 minutes has been played. If you're new to the stream, drop us a subscribe down below. That'd be much appreciated.
Great ball from Mark.
It is a great ball. And Charlie Daniels, it's not a bad ball to be fair. It's Ellis Harrison's to go and fetch, and he can't do so. The ball is back with Tom Naylor, who heads it first time. He's done well there, Ellis Harrison, to recover. Michael Jacobs now.
Oh, great ball.
It's a great ball. Marquis, got to score, doesn't score. My word, that's a chance and a half.
He's got to score. That's 2. They've hit the crossbar, and we should have had 2. He's on his own, man. Keeper's committed.
A comment from Sean Hamilton, Dartmoor, 30 minutes north of Plymouth. Used to work in Barnstable when I was in the Navy. Are you anywhere near Broadstone?
We're in Broadstone, Sean.
That's ridiculous. How's he got that? That was my word. It's a lovely ball over the top from Michael Jacobs and Johnny Marquis. It's not good. I love it when you and your dad disagree with each other. We all have different opinions on everything. Jake, I disagree with him on a daily basis, mate. Don't you worry.
And don't you worry, Jake. I disagree with him as well.
It's about an hour, Joe. About an hour to Fratton Park. Here comes the ball in.
It's not an hour, Tom. It's 40 minutes.
Well, it is when you're driving. It takes about 20 minutes. Sheffield United are 2-1 up against West Bromwich Albion in the Premier League this evening. Adam has quite rightly said Ronan wouldn't have created that chance. He would have tried to dribble past. Adam, words of wisdom, my son. Words of wisdom.
Switched on, that Adam, you know.
He is. He'll be joining us at half time, so you can tell him how switched on he is.
Adam, you're switched on, buddy. I don't need to wait till half time.
30 minutes has been played in this one. Half an hour gone. It's still 0-0 at the Valley at this moment in time. Charlton Athletic playing it around. Interesting bit of commentary. Andy Cannon now. Back to Sean Raggett.
Get rid.
I don't know what the hell he was doing there.
Stumbling a little bit, wasn't he?
It was, yeah, it wasn't the best, was it? From Sean Raggett. Darren Pratley, you've seen an awful lot of the ball in the centre of the park for Charlton so far this evening.
Got to get into him again.
Finds
Tom.
Albie Morgan.
A little bit more time on the ball now.
Feet under the table.
Got to get into him again. Get into him, Marcus.
Must be like living with a ref, Tom. Oh, trust me, it is, legend. It is. Probably quite a good ref, though. Michael Oliver standard.
Look at that for a dive. God.
It's not a dive. It's a push from Michael Jacobs. No, it was not. I think you might be a bit too far away from the screen.
I'm not, but
I think you are. There's a clear push from Michael Jacobs.
Let's go back to that chance that we had with Marcus in the first half. Then, just 15 minutes in, when he should have laid the ball to Williams as he's running ahead of him, and he shot instead. It went wide. Does anyone agree with me? Should he have passed the ball to Williams, or should he have taken that shot?
Oh, what on earth? Have you not seen his studs up on that one? Right.
They're trying to get him
I'm
sent off.
going to talk you through it, ladies and gents. That's a clear Pompey foul, that is. It's a clear Pompey foul. And the referee...
What do you mean, a foul on Pompey?
No. It's a clear foul for Pompey.
That's what I mean. So
I don't know who it was. I think it was the number 29.
Fouled the Pompey player. Tate Naylor, wasn't it?
No.
To him 2 feet.
No, it was a foul for Pompey. It's gone against us. Oh, it's a red card. Not crikey. I shouldn't say red card. Not a red card. Don't worry. Don't hold the front page or the back page. Darren Pratley's gone in the book. It's a caution. Watch this again. Marquis wins it. Andy Cannon's there. The studs go up there. Yeah. Darren Pratley, seen that. The referees pointed the wrong way, I believe. Went like that, which is Charlton Athletic's free kick. But it's not. It's going to be, yeah, basically, we're all right. I just think the ref pointed the wrong way. And as Sean has said, thank you for summarising that nicely. Ref got it right in the end. Alex has joined us. How are you, my son? Thanks for sticking with us. It's 0-0 at this moment in time. Charlton Athletic 0. Pompey 0. And Charlie Daniels, the brand new signing. And Ollie is ready to rejoin us. Did you enjoy that?
Oh, it's beautiful, mate. Beautiful. I couldn't hear a word you were saying because my headphones were down next to me.
That's all right. I said we'd come back to you.
Yeah, Tom.
Lovely garlic chicken, mate, with a bit of rice.
Oh, lovely. We had some chicken.
Did you see that chance from Marcus earlier on in that one just then from Marcus the second time?
I've missed a couple of opportunities, but I have to say I've seen a bit of action going on. It seems like it's quite a lot of the balls in the middle of the park at the minute. It's not particularly end to end, is it? It seems to be very much battling.
It's been a fiery game, isn't it?
Yeah. The midfield is going to be knackered come the second half, so hopefully we'll see some substitutions of the like. But who have we got on the bench now? We got Curtis on the bench or anyone?
Yeah, Curtis Harness on the bench as well.
Good. So we could definitely switch up.
We've got some depth there, mate. We've got options.
I think that's one of our biggest assets this season, isn't it? Is our strength and depth. So
yeah. You can't play all 22 squad players at one go, can you? So Harness is as good as anybody else on the pitch, if not better. But he's probably rotating him a little bit to give everyone a game, isn't he?
Well, as well as that, it's rest, isn't it, to stop injury and whatnot. You know, this season with it, we should be having games like twice a week throughout most of this end of the season to get it done in time, shouldn't we? So
well, it's every Tuesday and every Saturday in February, Ollie, now.
Yeah, well, I was chatting to Brennan, who's obviously up at Carlisle, and he's got a game every Tuesday and Saturday through till like mid-March or something. Because obviously they've had a few postponements because of bad weather, like the snow and everything.
It's a shot from the number 19, Albie Morgan. It's over the crossbar. You're still on 34-42?
It's gone to the
yeah, cool. That's fine.
The replay at the minute.
Yeah, no, you were spot on then. That's fine. Good evening to Ollie Ward. He joins us. Thanks for saying hello, mate. Lovely to have you with us. Huey said Harrison wins a lot of headers. However, we'll be interested to see how many reach a Pompey player. That's something we've discussed at length. And myself and Ollie on the way out of the Fleetwood game, actually, we did a piece to camera, didn't we? We discussed Ellis Harrison. He does win the headers, granted, but do you agree with what Huey said, mate? That hardly. Before we talk about that, here is the man himself, John Marquis. Is the dispatchment that has taken place, and
so many free kicks.
Referee, it's Jake Foster Kasky who's conceded one there.
He's on a yellow as well, isn't he?
No, I don't believe he is. Not quite yet. He probably will be after that.
The yellow in the first minute, 1 minute 20 seconds. Harrison's on a yellow. Would you have kept him on the pitch, or would you have changed it in the first minute?
Kept him on the pitch.
I was going to say, that was a bit of an extreme.
Can I just ask the question? My view would be, if he gets another yellow, which they'll be looking for now, Charlton, we could be down to 10 men again.
Yeah, but you've also got to understand that there's a lot of yellows that get handed out in the heat of a moment, isn't it? And you get a bit carried away with it. And that sometimes is an awakener. The players are aware what they're on. No one wants to get sent off, do they? They know the impacts on their team and how the fans feel about that kind of thing. So I don't think he'll be probably pretty sensible from now on, but I wouldn't be surprised if we see him subbed on the 60th minute.
Oh,
good save.
Needed saving from Ben Amos. Hello to Russ Taylor. Good evening and welcome to the stream. And a member of the 4-0 crew, Georgie, has joined us. I believe she's probably sat a couple of feet away from you.
She's there. She has joined us on one of our many mediums we've got here going on. She's
Brilliant.
there.
Oh, ball through to Ellis Harrison. He's only really got a Schindler to beat. Body's coming back now. Got to look for the option of Marquis, and it's behind him. It's behind him,
too
Harrison.
late with that pass.
It's a second or two too late, wasn't it? I agree.
He hung onto the ball too long. He didn't make it. He either needed to cut inside and have a whack, or play that ball early, and he got caught between the two, didn't he?
Ollie, just for legal reasons, you did say
terrible ball
whack,
from
didn't you?
Naylor.
Ollie.
Yeah, I did say whack. Yeah.
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 Just wanted to check. That's all.
Yeah, interesting that, how empty the valley is. It's like normal.
To be honest, we watched the video that we did back in March 2019 at the top of the show, and I just looked around and it was half empty. Johnny Marquis now driving forward, pretty much Route 1. He could have gone down there. It's a shot and it's wide from Marquis. He has ample opportunity to get one in the back of the net, but it is a Pompey corner.
This is where Harrison is dangerous.
Indeed. Ollie, what were your thoughts on that one?
Yeah, I mean,
Not a
great
corner,
opportunity
but...
for Marquis. He's in good form at the minute in this season. He scored quite a few goals this year already. You know, he had a good. Again, he did the right thing in that situation. He holds up the ball well. He gives himself a space, and he seems to make the right decisions. So, I think
from
Michael Jacobs.
Michael Jacobs. What a ball that is!
Go on, Ollie. Sorry.
Go on. Cannon's trying to absolutely skin him.
He has done so. Tom Naylor.
Oh
ball
yeah,
in.
1-0.
Oh, that's
Come on! Come on!
What a finish that is!
Come on, that.
What a finish that is. We were saying how Tom Naylor's just put an absolute shocking pass out wide left a minute ago, and then all of a sudden he's whipped that out of nowhere. What a great little ball in Jacobs and great finish. What a great finish.
What a finish.
Hold the front page. Hold the back page.
Wow.
1-0. Michael Jacobs.
What a finish that is.
Puts him on the pitch for the next game, doesn't it?
Oh.
Curtis is
Eat your heart out, Ronan Curtis.
Ronan Curtis sitting on the bench thinking, oh dear, he scored.
The thing is, I think Jacobs could play with Curtis. You could play Curtis out wide left and Jacobs in Harrison's role quite comfortably, sitting in behind Marquis. I think that would be a great little formation. I think Jacobs is more out and out striker than Curtis is.
I agree with that. I do agree with that.
That proves it.
Yeah.
There we go.
Great
Just
finish by Jacobs.
5 minutes
Fantastic
before
finish.
the half-time whistle, ladies and gents, it's Charlton Athletic 0, Pompey 1. Brilliant. That's what we like to see.
Imagine another time away at the Valley where we
Yeah,
had 5,500 Pompey fans up there. What a day out that would be tonight, wouldn't it? What a sing-song that would be.
Yeah. Was that the game when Luar scored in the 71st minute for us to win 1-0?
The Luar.
Yeah,
crikey, that
scored for us at the Valley
takes us back a couple of years.
In the Prem, that was.
First minute, it was like an absolute P-roll. Oh, hang on.
Oh, could be another one here. Ryan Williams is in.
Williams.
Oh,
she fell over.
She did fall over.
A shocker.
Sorry, carry on, Ollie.
If you look at the game layout so far, so just to give you some stats on the game, Pompey have had 39% possession. You might be surprised to hear. Against Charlton's 61. So Charlton have definitely played the most of the ball. However, when it comes to opportunities, we've had 8 shots against their 2. So we're definitely creating a lot more in front of goal at the minute, which is good. Which is where you want to have the possession, really, isn't it? Let's be honest. So we're playing quite a sensible game of football.
That statistic about the possession doesn't sound right, does it? If you've been watching the game, it's been a very even game. I would have said the other way around, Tom, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I think Charlton have enjoyed spells of the ball, haven't they?
Haven't we?
We have. We haven't had quite as much as they have, to be honest.
The last 15 minutes we have.
Again,
maybe I'm wrong.
We're disagreeing again, aren't we?
Anyone else disagree with that?
I'm a little
Ollie,
bit
10
late
shots to their
here,
2. 10 shots to their 2.
I'm looking at the BBC. They're probably a little bit behind. Not the BBC, so we can't say that live on YouTube, can we? Other mediums of sports stats are available.
They are indeed. Yeah. Charlie Daniels recently joined us. Recently joined us from Shrewsbury, and obviously previously at Bournemouth. So
yeah, he looks good so far. What I've seen, he looks great. He had a good free kick in the first
in
half.
the Championship with Bournemouth, and then when he got promoted, he did stay in the Premier League. I think Charlie Daniels. I think he did. Yeah, he did. Played in the Premier League for Bournemouth.
I think that shows the ambition of our club. Oh, that's a bit of a reach. Yeah, I have to say that wasn't great from Charlton there. Is that playing on? Is it? My word.
Yeah.
A bit lucky there. I think if he'd caught him, that could have been quite comfortably a sending off or a very strong yellow at least. You know, he got very lucky there. There was a proper lunge from the Charlton player.
Tell you what, we've playing the ball out well. The defence sorted itself out a little bit, and normally,
lovely overlap.
Brilliant ball.
Great ball across.
Williams has got to find someone, hasn't he?
To be fair to Williams, he did a lot of the hard work there. He made a great run from behind, and obviously, great little through ball there past the defender. The defender was nowhere near and wasn't going to catch him in a million years. But I think it was a bit of a missed opportunity. Maybe the strikers weren't in the right place. He played the right ball. I think the cut back, he was just blocked, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I don't think he was going anywhere across the face of goal with Harrison there. They had a couple of defenders, and Amos is a decent keeper, isn't he? So I think we would have struggled trying to get across the front of goal there.
Yeah, but he put it behind the two strikers, didn't he? That's the thing. That's the point I was making. If you put it across the front of the goal in the 6-yard box, the strikers have got to get on it, haven't they?
Bolton, question from Billy saying, is Bolton okay at centre back? He is. I think he's doing absolutely nothing wrong, is he? For me. Here comes. Oh my word! You're right, Ollie.
Yeah, sorry about that. I was just discussing my lovely partner's choice of mug that she's given me, as you can imagine.
Oh no!
Don't put it on.
Oh no! Don't. Yeah. Well, no. Please don't do that.
I'm not drinking out of it. I refuse to, flat out.
Yeah, let's move on. Let's move on for that. Let's move on quickly. No, seriously.
It was a free kick, Andy Cannon. The referee is just blowing up like a balloon, isn't he?
Yeah.
He is stopping the play quite a lot. I don't know whether this is Charlton trying to delay us a little bit, having a few professional fouls in there to get into the second half and try and come at us and just, settle down at half time type thing. It might be a little bit of a tactical play there, because we have created a lot more opportunity in this half. To be honest with you, they don't look anywhere near as dangerous as I thought they have done in previous games, Charlton, tonight. But that being said, they'd come out in the second half and absolutely batter us, couldn't they? So anything can change.
Aaron said earlier that they've lost their best player, midfield playmaker that's gone to a championship club somewhere yesterday, who was making them all the play for them. So that could be the disjointed, maybe relied on him maybe a little bit more than they starting to hit long balls across the park, aren't they?
I think they've signed a couple of players from, was it Swindon this week as well? A couple of new players that have come in.
Have they?
Yeah, which are meant to be really good players. But again, it's all about how it settles into a team, isn't it?
Yeah.
Let's be honest about it. The first season we had under Kenny, when we had a load of new faces and we lost the likes of Jamal Lowe, not Jamal Lowe in the first season, but we had a big change up in the first and second season, and we weren't really completely settled at any point, were we? I think nowadays our squad's a lot stronger and we integrate one new player at a time, like Charlie Daniels has come to play. Is Harvey White on the bench tonight, do we know?
Sorry, mate.
Is Harvey White on the bench tonight?
He is indeed, yeah.
So he came from Tottenham originally, didn't he? But he's played a couple of games and looks like a good signing.
What's the view from the Charlton Athletic camp at the minute, Ollie? From Michael and James, who you might want to provide a bit of context to the viewers about.
I'm just going to message James and see if he's watching it. If he is watching it, he said that he would come on with a bit of commentary for us. But he said he's not sure whether he'll be able to get it because he's out in Spain at the moment. Oh,
okay.
Yeah.
Ooh, wide.
I think he should have squared it to Marquis there, to be honest. I think it was a little bit selfish. Marquis made an overlap run to the right of him. And I think he could have put him in.
Let's watch it again.
There's the ball there.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Could have been again. Yeah, absolutely. Right. Well, I can confirm it is half time at the Valley, although we are still playing. The referee is very shortly going to blow up by again, as he has been, like a balloon. So we are, I believe, Craig McGilvery is going to come and claim that, and that will be sorry, Ben Amos, not Craig McGilvery, is the other end of the pitch. There goes the referee's halftime whistle. Ollie, your thoughts on that first half, mate? Good stuff for Pompey.
Yeah, I think so. I think that we've had a very solid first half. I think the possession stats don't really do us justice in that, but we've created the most opportunities, and we definitely deserve. If any of the teams deserve to be up at the minute, I think it's us, to be honest. They've had a couple of good shots from like the edge of the box, but nothing really testing McGilvery yet, has it? So, yeah, I think we definitely deserve to be 1-0 up at the end of the half, definitely.
Andrew, you got anything to add to that?
No, I think I tend to agree, Tom. I think it's been a. I'm just looking at my phone to see. I think, I don't believe those stats, sorry, because we talk about possession. I think there's something wrong there because it doesn't look like it. Looked like a more 50-50 game to me in terms of possession. I would say we edged it, if anything. Better look at that again, Tom. But where are we in the table right now as it stands, Tom?
As it stands, you're going to have to bear with me. That's a really bad time to ask the question. Pompey are currently 4th at this moment in time. I'm going to... Very soon, we will have the league table on the screen for you. We will also be joined by several guests who have very kindly agreed to come on and join us for a bit of halftime chat. There will be faces that you recognise, and that is happening in just a second. Just let me get that exported, and then we'll be off and underway. Right, let me just pop my ear back in as well. I realise that sounds completely ridiculous, but I am going to pop my ear in nonetheless. Yep, not a problem at all. Before we go to the gents, we're going to have a quick look at what's still to come here on Fournilwrittenalloverit in the next couple of weeks. So 10 games to come here on Fournilwrittenalloverit. This Saturday, Plymouth Argyle make the trip to Fratton Park. It's Swindon Town. Brett Pittman is back with us very soon after that on the 9th. We get going from 6:30. And it's Crewe Alexandra and Bristol Rovers back-to-back away trips for Pompey. Then Blackpool make the long journey down to the south coast. Then it's a trip to the Cassam. Gillingham are Pompey's next opponents at Fratton Park after that. Then it's a journey up to South Yorkshire to play Doncaster Rovers on the 2nd of March. Then Northampton, and then the big one, Portsmouth versus Sunderland. Live here on Fournilwrittenalloverit Tuesday, the 9th of March. Join us. Our coverage begins from 6 p.m. And that is something to be incredibly excited about, and I cannot wait to bring you live coverage of that one. Right, let's speak to our first guest of the evening, well, of the half time, I should say. Sean, how are you, my friend?
All good, my friend. How are you?
Very well, very well. What's your take on that first half?
Good, solid start from Pompey. I think I like the way Jackett avoided the flair players tonight. He went for the ones that were solid. He left the flair players on the bench. I like the fact he's got the experience of Daniels in. There's no doubt Jacobs is thriving with the fact Daniels running outside him, overlapping and supporting him a lot down that left side. So very solid. Bolton, I was quite surprised. He's barely mentioned in the first half, and he's been solid, absolutely solid.
Sorry,
I think Raggett's thrived on that.
Yeah, no, it's interesting to see that dynamic, isn't it? How much Sean Raggett has improved his game because of James Bolton simply being there. Yeah, and I like it. And I think bringing him in from right back to centre backs worked really well because we've still got the legs in Cameron getting forward. So, it's been brilliant. Absolutely. Anything to... Sorry, Ollie, go on. You're muted, mate. I can't hear you.
Your mic's muted.
Can't hear you. Cannot hear a word you're saying.
A bit of time, Tom.
I don't know what's happened there.
Go back to someone else then, quickly. We'll come back to him.
He's gone. There we go. I think he's back. Is he there?
No,
Sean, fill in some airtime, my son.
No worries. But saying I was very, very impressed with Bolton. He's done a solid job there, and I think I think Rasmus would have been a bit at the Valley. with discipline and just rash tackles, it would have been a bit, sort of could have been a bit dodgy. Putting Rasmus in and another red card or something like that would have really ruined tonight. And Andrew mentioned about Harrison's yellow card in the first minute. And again, it's one of those ones you want to avoid picking up those simple bookings, but at least he's a forward, he's an attacking player. He doesn't need to dive into tackles as much, so he's not as risky. So I'd probably leave him on to half time and then maybe change him.
Absolutely. Sean, stay right there for the moment, mate. I'm just going to pop you back in. And what we're going to do is we're going to take a very quick look at the league table as it stands for Pompey at the moment. Let's take a look. Still a beautiful evening in Gunwolf Quay. There it is. Hull City at the top of the league right now, 25 games played. Pompey in fourth, 24 games played now. It's starting to shape up a little bit, isn't it? Only 44 points, just a point behind Doncaster Rovers, 4 points behind the two league leaders. Charlton dropped to 8th, and that would be, as it stands, the result this evening doesn't go their way. They could stay there with 26 games played. Things aren't looking good for them, are they? Accrington sneaking up on the rest, and Sunderland take 6th place. It's Crewe Alexandra who are occupying 9th at this moment in time. So what do you make of that, mate, at the minute?
Go and ask these people.
I think we should. We can't yet because the clip hasn't finished. So if you just wouldn't mind telling me
what your thoughts are.
Finish,
then we're going to go to these new guests. Look at them.
We've got plenty of guests. I'm going to get Sean's reaction to that as well at the moment. Also, your thoughts on the Michael Jacobs goal as well, mate. It's all right. It's ending now. Nearly done. And we're there.
Lovely the Gunwolf Quay clip. Thoughts on the goal? Absolutely top draw. Loved it. I thought it was well worked. I thought his finish was sublime. Him and Daniels, you can see they've played higher up the leagues. The touches, the sort of, the way they're reading the game is so much better.
Yeah, absolutely. Sean, it's been an absolute pleasure, mate. If you're sticking around, that'd be fantastic to get your full-time assumption on the game. Sean, that is it for the time being. I'm sure we will hopefully be sat here with smiles on our faces come the end of the game. Thank you very much indeed, mate. Speak to you at the end of the game. Let's come to Richard, who's been very kindly waiting for us. How are you, my friend?
Hey, Tom, you all right?
We're very well. We're very well. What did you make of that first half?
Well, I thought it was absolutely fantastic. I say Charlie Daniels, well, I don't think he put a foot wrong. Every time he hit the ball, the crossfield passes he was doing were absolutely sublime. And I think when we spoke, when Andrew mentioned on Saturday about Harrison and what I thought about Harrison, well, I think because he started, he is a completely class player today. And I think just get their link up between the two of them a bit better on the front. And I think we've certainly got a lot more goals in us tonight.
Plenty to build on for the second half. How do you see it going?
I reckon we'll get 2 second half. I think Curtis stays on the bench because, as I say, we've mentioned before, hasn't been playing very well. I think we bring White on at some point. And I think the only drawback, I think what I'd looked at from the game was early on, Johnson, a few wayward passes and that. But I think certainly the centre of the park, Cannon and Naylor are doing a sterling job as what they normally do.
Absolutely, absolutely. And your man of the first half?
Daniels.
Yeah, great.
Daniels and Cannon, I think. And what Sean was saying about the back four, so much stronger. They seem, really strong. And you can see that he's leading the line, Daniels, because, he's got the experience and Raggett's, thriving off him. And, Bolton doesn't put a foot wrong, it's... When I saw him on the start sheet, it was like, because he hasn't played. But I think he's earned his place today, definitely.
Absolutely. Richard, are you sticking around until full time?
Will be, mate. Yeah.
Wonderful.
Definitely.
We will get your slightly more extended full-time reaction. I've got plenty to get through in a very short space of time, so apologies that it was quite brief. But we'll speak to you after the game.
Yeah.
In a sec. Right, let's speak. We haven't had him on the channel before. It's a very warm welcome to Mr. Alex Hayward. How are you?
I'm not bad, guys. How are you?
We're very good, mate. What did you make of that first half?
Well, I can't lie. I actually haven't been watching it because I've been trying to do the dinner.
Nice.
But as I said to you in the week, I'm in a Charlton household at the moment, so I haven't actually been able to gloat too much as of yet. But I see Jacobs has put us 1-0 up.
He has indeed. We're playing very well. What did you have for dinner, out of interest?
So it's turkey meatballs, handmade.
Oh,
so,
excellent.
Yeah, you can't complain with that, really. But yeah, Pompey 3 points would be better than the dinner. I'll tell you that for free.
Absolutely, absolutely. And what do you rate our chances for automatic promotion, Alex? Do you think it hinges on tonight's result?
It doesn't ever hinge on one result really in League One. We could sit in the playoffs for the last 10 of the season and do what we did in League Two. It's one of those leagues. Obviously, beating Charlton would be good because they should be there or thereabouts at the end of the season. They've obviously made a couple of acquisitions in January. Lost Johnny Williams, which is a surprise. But yeah, I think that any 3 points is good, and especially after the couple of games we've had, definitely need to get back on track.
Were you happy with our recruitment in January? You've spoken about what Charlton were doing. What do you reckon of us?
Yeah, I mean, as we all probably are in a similar situation, we haven't seen much of White or the other guys, but they're young, they got something to prove, and this is the type of league that they can do it in, and then either go up with us and come back with us, like we all hope that Ben Thompson would do, but or prove it to their current manager, and then go back in and put their stamp on a first team slot. So yeah, I think this is good recruitment. We've had worse Januaries, let's just say that.
Do you want to? Oh, sorry. What I was going to say to you, Alex, was you're plenty to build on for the second half. I know you haven't been watching the game, but would you play differently against a side like Charlton if you're 1-0 up at half time, as you might do to some of the lesser teams in the league?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's tough. I think in this league, you play differently when you're 1-0 up. We've seen it plenty of times before with Jacket playing too defensively at 1-0, and we get stung for it. So I think we just got to go out and score another couple or one. But it sounds like we've been pretty solid defensively. So yeah, let's just hope it continues and hope we can get another couple.
And just finally on the team selection tonight, Alex, the absence, I suppose, of Ronan Curtis and Marcus Harness, does that concern you? Unhappy about that, or do you think we're 1-0 up? It's working for the team. Let's see how it goes.
Yeah, well, I mean, obviously we got a lot of games. What is 8 this February, which is just madness. So it's got to be rotated, and obviously, Curtis hasn't been great. There are a lot of things I could say about Curtis but I've only got a short space of time. But yeah, I don't think he's been great. I think that he needs to potentially earn his place in the team. Otherwise, he feels a bit too comfortable. I think Harness has obviously got that wow factor, but it's not been there recently. So yeah, put 2 up top. I mean, Harrison's surprised me tonight by sounds like he's linking up with John Wells. So yeah, I think that it's working. Let's keep going.
And a score prediction full time. What are you thinking?
Well, we've actually only ever won 1-0 at the Valley 4 times, and that's been our only ever wins at the Valley. So I'm going to say we win 1-0.
Perfect, Alex. Much appreciated, mate. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Thank you very much for coming on.
No worries. See you all soon.
See you soon, mate. Bye-bye. That was Alex Hayward. He's very kindly joined us. A brilliant addition to the 4-0 halftime team. The ever-present Brendan is here. He's on the beers as well. How are you, mate?
Yeah, not bad. Dry January's over, so I'm going to decide.
Second day into February, straight back on it. What did you make of that first half, mate?
Very happy. Very, very happy. Again, it's very 50-50, I think. No one's really neither team's really dominated the game, but I think we've done very well to get the goal and be 1-0 up. There's been no real clear-cut chances, really. Oh, well, there has been. We just haven't had that final ball. I think the time where John went one-on-one with the keeper and keeper saved it. And we seem to sort of get to the edge of the box and we can't play that final pass, or we can't get the shot off, and it gets intercepted, and then they're off up there and other end of the pitch, But yeah, I think we're holding our own, and we can get on, and I think we can hold on and win this, if not get a couple more goals.
Yeah, I agree with the points about kind of there were a couple of chances that didn't quite have that last little bit on them, did they? Like do you agree with me on that chance in the opening couple of moments? Marquis' only option was to shoot, or do you think he should have played Harrison in?
No, definitely, because Harrison flicked it to him, and I think definitely a shot away. But instead of trying to sort of lob it with the side of his foot, he should have Matty Taylored it, get his laces behind it.
Brilliant. Yeah, I love that. Matty tailored it. I think that's a great adjective to describe how to shoot. Brilliant. Brendan, if you're sticking around, mate, we'll have a slightly longer conversation at full time, if that's all right with you.
Of course, yeah.
Brendan, you should have Matty tailored it, but you actually quasied it.
He did, yeah, pretty much, yeah.
And that is something.
Before I go, Tom.
Go for it, mate.
Obviously, Andrew mentioned last week on Saturday about Ellis Harrison being a bit of a passenger when it comes to playing. when he plays two up front, he ain't a passenger. He's winning everything, and he's flicking them onto John, which is what we should be doing with Harrison, really, because John by himself up front can't win a header. His foot's like a trampoline, and Ellis is winning those balls that John wouldn't be winning, and he's putting them on for him.
Unfortunately, Andrew, we don't have time to go over that because I've got plenty more to get through. We'll chat about it at full time. See you later, Brendan.
Take care, lads.
You keep drinking those beers, Brendan.
Of course, I'll have a rum at full time. Don't worry.
Brilliant. Right, that was Brendan, who will be joining us at the full-time whistle. He's having a drink right now, so I'm going to wait for him to finish. There we go. He's finished. Adam, how are you, my son?
How's it going? Do you know what? Wait, I've got the little bucket hat out.
Oh, yes.
Little Pompey bucket hat out because we are winning. You know, big moods. But
how many festivals have you won that to?
I recently bought it. My friend got it for me for Christmas.
Okay.
So,
how many festivals will you wear that to?
Too many, Tom. Too many.
That's the right answer. Mate, your thoughts on that first half?
You know, good, promising. I really like Jacobs. You know, I hope Ronan learns a lot from him because he's actually passing it. You know, I like that. I think he's linking up well with Daniels. I wasn't really for Daniels at the start. I thought he might have been a bit past his time, a bit too old, especially coming in from someone who's also old. You don't really promote someone who's older. Like it doesn't really work like that. You normally get someone younger in, so it is a bit weird. But no, I'm proven wrong, which I like. And he's doing really well. Hopefully teaching Harvey White a few things on those free kicks as well.
Brilliant. There we go. I was just going to ask you, we're just about to get underway for the second half. How do you see this one going? Next 45 minutes, just more of the same for Pompey?
More of the same, hopefully. I think maybe a 2-3-0. If the defence holds up. Bolton's been solid. You know, I agree with everyone else's comments. I was apprehensive at the start, thinking Rasmus should have maybe gone in with that left foot, that he can curl it to Jacobs, but no, Bolton's been good. Bolton's been solid. So yeah, I think a 2-3-0 will be a good result for us and put us into good stead.
Can I ask for a 4-0 perhaps? Or is that a bit too ambitious?
I think it's a bit too ambitious, Tom. We've just lost our last two games.
We have. But it'd be a big response, wouldn't it? Big response.
A huge response, yeah.
Adam, are you around full time, mate?
I will. I'll pop in for end of the game. Yeah.
Wonderful. Perfect. All right, mate.
And you'll eat those words, 4-0.
Well, let's hope so. Enjoy the second half. We'll speak to you at the end.
See you later, mate.
Thanks, mate. Right. Let's get on to Aaron. Oh, no, that's Ollie. Let's get on to Aaron. How are you?
Yeah, not bad. My prediction for 15 minutes was almost there if he had just squared it off there for Marquis. With,
is that the chance that we were talking about?
Yeah. Because I said get an early goal in 15 to 20 minutes and then pressure. But I'm very impressed with that Daniels. That Daniels is solid. And especially going alongside Jacobs as well. That's phenomenal. And the thing is where the league is at the moment, I'll tell you more about this, what I've just read up and done some research at the end of the game. But hopefully we'll come out still strong, battle them. We've got nothing to lose now, so we just need to get an early quick goal, then do a couple of changes around about 65, 70 minutes, bring some fresh, but we got to remember we've got so many games coming in now, so we need to do sensible subs and then see how it goes. But if we can get an early goal in this second half, then well to the oyster. We're definitely, if we can get 3-4, even better. But yeah, we're definitely going to win this tonight.
Aaron, notoriously, we've always, and we go to the Valley every time Pompey play away in London anyway, but in the Valley especially, because that's always a good day out, a lot of fans, and a good day out. You've probably been yourself many times, but we always seem to do well in the first half against Charlton, and then we get a bit excited, and then 1-0 is not going to be enough, as Ollie said earlier, and I think several other people. We're going to get 2 or 3 against this side to come out with 3 points, we think. And they'd come out very quick. They want to get on the ball. They're picking the ball up for free kicks and moving it quickly around. So Charlton are desperate to get some points back in this game. They will end up at 8th tonight, do they? Especially against us, for sure. It's a big game for them, isn't it? As it is for us.
Yeah, I just hope we don't sit back because, like you just said, like the 1-0s at the Valley and everything. So we just need to come out. Yeah, too many times. It's like we need to come out fighting. Don't give them anything. We're winning the balls. Our back four is excellent, absolutely brilliant. And we just need to get it to the wings, get it into the box, let the boys do it. But like, we just can't sit back, because if we sit back too deep, they're going to have a couple of shots. They are dangerous as well. They've hit the woodwork, but we just can't give them any room at all. We just got to get at them, and then that's it. Get a couple of goals quickly, and then put the game to bed.
But on 47 minutes, again, as I said, a lot of times you go to the Valley, you get very nervous at 1-0, and I actually don't feel the same tonight at 1-0. I think we've got control of this. If we keep playing the way we're playing, we've got control of this game.
Oh yeah, definitely. It just seems a different setup with our team tonight. Like all the other comments as well, they're very passionate about all the players, and I don't think any of our players have done anything wrong tonight, except for the stupid yellow card in 1 minute 20 seconds.
Yeah, I don't know what was going on there.
I'll have to rewatch that to see exactly why he got the yellow. I'm not 100% sure about that.
Yeah.
But we've been playing fantastic football because Marquis hasn't been scoring lately as well. Every time he gets the ball in front of the goal, he is making mistakes. But like, if he was regularly scoring like it was a couple of months ago, all them shots would have gone in, hands down. He'd be so creative in front of that goal. But that Amos as well, their goalkeeper, has kept him in. A couple of good saves as well there, so he's kept him in the game and everything as well. So we just need to come out, don't give him any time, just pressure and bring out a couple of good subs around about 70, 75, and then take fresh legs on. Anyway, I'll let you get on to the game and everything.
Yeah, mate, enjoy the rest of the second half. We'll speak to you at the full-time whistle.
Yeah, no worries. All right, then.
Cheers,
I'll
mate.
speak to you soon.
See you shortly. Right, that is Aaron. Ollie's back as well to rejoin us for the second half, and he's sideways. What is going on there?
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now,
Can you hear
but
me
what's going on? Are you sideways?
No, it's all right.
I've had to change angle because it needs charging, unfortunately.
Right. Well, let's go like that then. That will probably work.
I'm still sideways.
That's
I don't
a
know what's happened. I'm
fantastic
still on the old lateral.
Yeah, no,
free kick just outside the box.
That's right, mate. We'll go for that.
Charlton got
That's
a
fine.
free kick just outside the box.
Lovely standard lamp in the background. Oh, he's gone. Charlton do have a free kick on the edge of the box. It's 50 minutes has been played in this one, boys and girls. Ollie is in charge of mug duties. And have you been watching the opening 5 minutes of this, mate? Have you got anything to report for us?
I haven't turned it off. So I have to say this. It seems to me like Williams is running hard, is what I've noticed straight off the bat. He's closing people down. He's working hard. So I would have a sneaky suspicion that he may get subbed. Maybe he's been told to work his socks off, and he might be subbed. So you could see a Williams swap for Harness at some point potentially. I could see that happening. I think that so far this half is not much has really happened, to be honest. There's been a few little bumble throughs, but it's been very hard fought so far and just battly, really. So very much the same as what happened in the first half.
Cool. Sorry, didn't mean to
trying
do
these
that.
different layouts.
I'm trying to get rid of the black bars. The only way I can think to do it is that, but then we're sort of really far away from you. So does that?
I'm not too sure what's happened, because if I turn it that way, is that different for you?
That's all right.
No, it's not, because it's even more black
Charlton
bars.
got a corner,
Do it the other way, mate.
Charlton's got a corner.
They have got a corner. Here we go. That should be okay now, Ollie. Oh no, it's not. Okay,
That's fine, mate.
That's all right. We'll just go with that. We'll go with that. And then if I go,
We'll go with that.
if I go like that for ourselves, that's all right. We can go with that, can't we? No, we won't go with that. I don't like
We
that.
can deal with that,
get
can't
our
we?
Radio in the background. Right, here is Charlton Athletic corner now. It's going to be a left-footed in-swinger, and it's in. And oh no!
1-0.
Jaden Stockley is equalised for the home side on 52 minutes.
You're ahead of me as well.
Oh, that is not good news, Andrew. Hello.
I was just watching, Tom, to see who was Bolton, but look, it's James Bolton, I think. Just let him get in front of him. Stockley's a big lad and he's 6 foot something. Played for us, didn't he, for a while?
I think I recognise the name. Ollie, now you've had a chance to watch that, mate. What are your thoughts on it?
Well, he's a big lad, isn't he? It was a high ball into the box. He got up for it as well. What did I say?
Oh, Williams has come off. Harness is on.
Called the substitution early days, so yeah, not
What's
too
that?
surprised
What's your minute in the corner, Ollie?
52:38.
Right. Let me know when
I'm
you
a
get
bit
to
behind
45.
you. You saw that.
When you get to 45.
45 now.
Right, that's fine. I'll just pause it for a second and we'll go again. That's not great news. But automatically, Andrew, there's a... Well, I'll come to you. Actually, I'll go to Ollie on this. Automatically, a substitution from Kenny, which you called.
A bit early, though, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a bit earlier than I thought it was going to be, but I'm not surprised by the substitution. You know, Williams came out and literally started closing players down like a maniac, and I was like, he's not going to be able to keep this up for very long. So he's either been told he's got 10 minutes to run his legs off and put some pressure on him, or what. But I think it's quite... Charlton have come out this half and they've been working hard and they've been battling. They look like a lot more up for it this half than they did in the first half. So, Harris. Again, I mean, there's going to be a lot of opportunities in this game, I think. Oh, terrible foul.
That is a horrible foul.
You called it, Ollie. You said
awful.
We need to get 2, and I said we need to get two or three to win this game, and it's certainly looking like we've got to get 2 at least now, doesn't it?
Yeah, I think the difference is Charlton.
He's got to put that in
great
the net.
save. It's a great save, to be fair.
Top corner away from the keeper.
Well, yeah, it's playing in League One, not the Prem. That's probably why, isn't it?
We don't score for me, do we?
Oh, I freaking hope not. Well, sorry, I hope so. Sorry, I don't know what. Oh, we do.
Hang on,
hold the front page. Hold the back page. Guys, come on.
My word.
Tom Naylor, the skipper, the man. Oh, I can't keep it down.
He's scoring goals all over the place.
Oh, what a moment. Ollie.
Naylor scored more goals this season than he has in his whole career. Well, it was a great substitution, wasn't it? Let's be honest about it. Harness has come on, put a lovely little dink into the box. Naylor's just in the right place, got up for the header, a good finish. So, yeah, all in all, well-worked goal. It was well-deserved, to be honest. I mean, Harrison could have scored just moments before that as well, and that play led to the free kick, which ended in the goal. So, yeah, it's well-deserved, but I still believe we need another goal to win this game. I don't think 2-1 is going to be enough. It's going to be quite a tough battle. They'll work hard, Charlton, in the next 40 minutes or so. And put some pressure on us. So we need to definitely keep working forward. That's got to be a handball, surely. That is terrible.
I can say that. Charlton Athletic working forward, edge of the box, shot.
Word.
Oh my word! It's almost not Charlton out. My word, Andrew. That's a response and a half, isn't it?
I was just going to say, as we said earlier, we've got to get a couple to win. We have to get 2 to win this game at least. But that, interestingly, was a mimic of the same goal that they scored, wasn't it? Exactly the same. Stockley comes and heads it in behind the defender, and that's exactly what Naylor did. So we're just going to make sure we keep it clean now for the next, for this corner at least. McGovery's got to get up and take this, and just say, "Well, having this."
Yes. Well, he's done. It's exactly well he's done. Well called. Boys and girls, 167 of you join us across YouTube and Facebook. If you haven't yet liked the stream, make sure you do so. We're live. Myself, Andrew's there as well. You can't quite see him. He's there. There you go. Andrew and Ollie are with you for the... God, you can tell I've been talking for 2 and a bit hours, can't you? We are with you for the 90 minutes of football. We've also got plenty more after the game with our guests as well. We're going to dissect this, hopefully what will be a Pompey win, but I don't want to eat my words. As Ollie said quite rightly, there is goals in this game. Andy Cannon now weaving between Charlton Athletic players in superb style, and that is no, it's not at all. We didn't touch him.
I have to say, I'm really impressed with Cannon this season. Cannon has been fantastic this year so far. Yeah, I was a bit uncertain of him last year. I don't think he quite filled the space properly, but he's really come into that role of like a more of a cam type player. You've got Naylor sat in behind him who's doing all the donkey work, and he's just able to be a bit more flary and get around the pitch. And it's been great to see him run like there. You know, last season you wouldn't have seen him run through 2 or 3 players and try and take people on. He's very much pass and move, whereas he's got a lot more confidence this year, which is great to see.
Excellent. Yeah, no, I completely agree. 57 minutes has been played. We're approaching the hour mark. Newcastle United have taken the lead against Crystal Palace in the Premier League. The Man United game has kicked off as well, but the less said about that, the better. That will be a throw-in. Oh, my word. Ball boy's had a bit of a mare there, hasn't he? But there we go. The gate.
He's battered it back with the
He's
gate.
battered it back with the gate. The gate has now resumed its position, and it will be.
You see, the gate is coronavirus free.
It is. It has.
I hope he sanitised the gate. Yeah.
I hope he did as well.
Ollie, can you turn that floor lamp on in the background? Looks quite good there.
I can't at the moment because I'm currently charging two electronic devices, one iPad and one iPad.
Because we'll, if he plugs it in, we'll lose connection with Ollie, so we can't do that quite as of yet. But maybe
I could do a very short demonstration.
Short demonstration would be wonderful for everyone to see. Hopefully, we don't score in this time. If you're wondering, boys and girls, if you're wondering, there we go.
That's nice.
I believe there's a
Beautiful.
3-stage touch dimmer on that one as well. Yeah, nice.
Yeah, so full output.
Oh my word!
Stop me again.
That was wide.
I'm gonna unplug the floor lamp. It's bad luck.
It is bad luck. Yeah, turn it off quickly.
Don't buy one of them if you're a Pompey fan, or if you do, buy one and turn it off.
Ball went in, and it's
a bit of a
to strike from Ronnie Schwartz.
That was a very lucky floor lamp because they missed it.
Yeah, it was a bit of a.
I have to say, ladies and gents, he's made an excellent block there for that.
He's a good player, Tom.
He is a good player. I'm pleased to see him back in the starting 11, actually. I think this back four, Ollie, is working really well. I know it's almost enforced with the absence of Jack, but have you been pleased with it so far?
Yeah. To be honest, I would have this back four right now, apart from I would maybe put Jack in for Raggett if I had a choice. And
that's maybe the only change I'd have. I do really think that Watmore's had a really good season so far. That the last couple of games he's had a bit of bad luck, as there's 2 own goals. He couldn't do much about them, and the red card was silly in the last game. It was, I do believe it was a red. I know we spoke about it at length in the week, Tom, after it, but it was silly from him. I do think I have to say Bolton, like we were saying at half time, I was really impressed. The first time we saw him play was at when we lost to Southampton, wasn't it? But I thought even against them, he had a really good game at right back at the time. It was really solid. He played well against Arsenal in the Cup. And I was surprised we haven't seen more of him, to be honest with you. But no, I think Bolton's a great addition. He's playing very well.
Sorry, Ollie. Marcus then was absolutely wonderful.
Yeah, he held up the ball well, didn't he?
Right, didn't he, just?
James Bolton now for Pompey. Callum Johnson will pass back to Tom Naylor, who will then bring things over halfway and find Callum Johnson again. Here comes the in-swinger. John Marquist. Cannon. Got to be. Oh my word! 3-1 Pompey. What an effort that is.
What a finish on Cannon.
Oh my word.
What a goal that is.
And the boy who deserves it.
He does deserve it.
He's had some fantastic performances for Pompey and a goal to prove for it. I've got 1-2.
They put it down as 2-2 Charlton. That was a Charlton goal, apparently, according.
Hey.
Yeah. Look at that.
Yeah, they did have 2-2 Charlton up. Yeah.
That's what a player he is. Look how cool he is there.
Wow.
What a ball
in
from Callum Johnson. Look at this. Look at this ball from Callum Johnson. And then what's their defender doing?
Oh, that finish.
What's this?
Yeah, shocking.
Oh, ignore the defending. The finish is nonchalant. It's fantastic from Andy Cannon.
Oh, hello.
Oh, no, we're all right.
We're all right. Yeah, I have to say that they are looking a little bit weak at the back. I mean, I'm not too sure what the defender was doing with the ball in from Johnson in the first place. Was a great ball. I think Marquis thought someone was coming in behind him, so he left it, and the defender just seems to have back-heeled it somewhere towards the edge of the box, which is not really the play there. Put it right in front of in goal, and when you've got players coming in from all sorts of angles, you just get rid of it at that point. So, shocking decision from their defender there, but we've capitalised well. And like you said, Tom, I mean, we only capitalised because of a great finish of Andy Cannon. What a fantastic little play that was to work hard to win the ball back, and then first touch from inside the box to hammer it away like he did. Great finish.
So we said before the game, Ollie, that one thing you can credit Kenny Jackett with is changes. He doesn't take any prisoners. And if someone's not played well for 2 games, including the names that we like to mention, he'll just drop that player and bring somebody else in. They changed the formation tonight, brought those players in. Fair cop. Aaron said it earlier before we kicked off. Tactical genius, and I said you can't use those two words in the same sentence with Kenny Jackett. But if it ends up at 4-1 tonight, which
dear.
And who's that?
That is a bit of a clash of heads. It's Sean Raggett, who I think actually came off worse there. Referee immediately stopped play and the medical teams rush on. That did not look nice at all.
Nice to see Raggett up on his feet, though.
Raggett's up on his knees. He looks all right. I don't know what quite happened there. It's an in-swinger from Charlie Daniels. And
two of their players.
They've both gone for the ball, and then after they've headed the ball, it's just been head-to-head. That's going to hurt. That is a proper back head-to-head collision, and skulls aren't the softest things.
Stockley got out of the way. He, to be fair, when we had Stockley playing for us, he was pretty shocking. He didn't get a sniff, but he looks like he's I don't know. Maybe he's matured a bit. Perhaps he was at Bournemouth when he Stockley. He was when they were in the Championship and coming up the leagues.
He doesn't look like he's in
loads of places. He went to Yeovil. He went to North somewhere. I think he went to Gillingham or somewhere like that. I can't remember. And then now at Charlton.
Can I just cut across you very quickly? If you think you're having a bad evening, Russ Taylor's definitely beating you to that. He's took a phone call and he's missed all 3 goals. So Russ, I'm so sorry about that, mate.
The words "ever so sorry to hear that" come to mind.
They do.
You can watch them back though, bud.
You can watch them back, and you can join us for the rest of the evening, Russ. Hopefully, we'll have more goals to bring you.
It was a long phone call.
It was a long. I was going to say the phone calls lasted about 64 minutes. I'm not sure quite.
No, I think he missed 3 goals.
Missed all 3 goals.
He missed the 3 goals in the second half, Tom. Tom, the 3 goals in the second half, mate.
Yeah.
Well, it's still a long phone call. 20 minutes.
Yeah, it's still pretty normal, I suppose.
It depends who he's talking to. Perhaps he was talking to Boris.
He might have been. Russ might actually be a government insider. We never know. So he might have been.
We might have phoned Kenny and told
he might have phoned Kenny. Maybe that's why they've missed 3 goals.
He's probably talking to Kenny about changes.
He was actually creating the goals. Russ was telling Kenny, Kenny, what you need to do, mate, is
this guy's out cold.
Make this change.
He's moving his legs now.
Right.
Well, if he's been knocked out, he has to come off, doesn't he? I believe that's the rule. He can't continue to play a game if he's been knocked out. So, I mean, it looks like Raggett's all right, but I don't think Raggett's got much sense anyway. So he's probably feels pretty normal for him.
I wouldn't have thought that he was knocked out.
Got no one else to put on the pitch because Rasmus is Jack's injured. No, Jack's on a red, and
probably be Lee Brown, won't it?
And Rasmus is
Brown on the bench, is he?
Brown is on the bench, so that would be.
Raggett's currently getting bandaged up, so he'll continue play, won't he? But actually, here are all the goals for Russ. You can watch them now.
Yeah, Russ, if you've got an iFollow pass, mate, you're in luck because they've. Luckily, an injury has meant that we get to watch all the goals back. While we do watch the goals back, that's not the best of the goals of the evening. The best one for me is the one we're about to see. It's Andy Cannon. It's fantastic play from Callan Johnson on that right-hand side. I told you, nonchalant is the way to describe it. It's cut back to me. He wins the ball. He's got a lot to do at this point, Andy Cannon. He's running onto it, edge of the D, wins the ball, and he goes, have some of that. Right in the top right-hand corner.
I mean, what centre-back in their own mind, when a ball comes over the top of a striker, uses the outside of his front-facing foot to flick it back to the front of the middle of the box? It is an awful decision. I don't care how good you are. You don't do that there, do you? Right.
Absolutely.
It's just not the thing.
The rule is if you're a centre-half or a left-back or right-back, is you never knock it across your own goal. That's as simple as that. No. Put it in the row Z or something. You just do not put it across your own goal, do you?
Can I
maybe if you're playing for Man City or someone and the ball comes over the top and you know there's like Vincent Kompany stood next to you and you can flick it down to him. It's a bit different, isn't it? But in League One, you just don't make that choice because there's so many blunders that can happen, like it did there. And great, like you said, great finish for Cannon. But for me, the best goal has to be the first goal by Jacobs. What a finish that was! That was unbelievable.
He cut across you. This guy that just bandaged up the Charlton player is not their defence, is he? He's that. He's not. He's their
number 4.
No, he's a centre half or Shilaja.
Oh, is it Shilaja?
Centre half. Rebecca has commented asking, Tom, while Andrew is there, are you going to do the video with Andrew of reacting to the old videos from years ago on the channel? Would love to see it. Ollie, would you love to see that?
I would love to react as well, to be honest with you.
If we all sat down and if we reacted to the old, I don't think I'd be able to deal with that. I don't know how.
What?
We don't want to react to the old videos, do we? That'd be like car crash TV.
Still going to do the video? Or
I think we could
videos from years ago on the channel. Is she saying, would you make a little video or clips of all the reactions?
No, she's saying she wants us to watch the videos and react to them. Is what she's saying.
I think we could pick out. We could go through small videos, pick out some iconic moments. I think, and just gauge Andrew's reaction to those moments. I think that would be quite a good thing to do, to be honest.
That's what she's asking.
Well, not necessarily watch a whole video and wait for Andrew to react to something. I just think we should pick out some key moments for the last 4 or 5 years, and find some good funny bits and some good goals and some great memories, and see what we can draw from those emotions of the past.
I think you're right, Ollie, and it'd be funny to watch my reactions, especially Milton Keynes away, actually at the game.
You went absolutely mental.
Because it was my favourite player of all time, Connor Chaplin, scores in the last minute at Milton Keynes. What a night! But what you don't want to see is my reactions when the opposing team score.
Yes, no, we don't. No one wants to see that. No one wants to see that. No, it's not. It's not good TV.
I'll tell you what. I think we've still got some really good memories of games we've lost, though. Like the game when we played Southampton springs to mind straight away. You know, the atmosphere in the stadium throughout that whole game, even though we lost. And at the end of the game, we stood in the South Stand looking back at the Fratton end with all the chanting going on. It was absolutely unbelievable. It was a really, really good moment. It's still one of my favourite games that I've been to, even though we lost. I really enjoyed that in terms of support for the club, and everything was fantastic. So.
Do you want to pull the chair over a bit, because you're kind of I can keep cutting back to you if Ollie doesn't mind too much and being off the screen while we speak to Andrew. Blackpool Tower, says William Thompson, big moment. Adam wants a karaoke montage. Here's Russ. I need somebody here please to split the pitch into a section 1 to 8. Call them out like the radio in the 30s. A role for Andrew. Would you like to call out the sections 1 to 8?
Oh, well, to be honest with you, Russ, it's not really my bag. I'm more of a salesman, mate, if I'm honest.
I'll do the calling out if you want, Russ. I'll try my best.
What's the calling out for 1 to 8? What does that mean?
As in split it into sections and just sort of tell you, because it's commentary where you can't watch the game, isn't it? So it's kind of telling you exactly where the ball is. But I think Fournilwrittenalloverit all over it, we've kind of grown to have discussion at the same time as
we in the first quarter of their half time.
We are indeed. Rebecca loved the really old Toby Carvery moments back in the day.
The studio, you mean?
Studio, correct.
There's Toby Studio,
absolutely.
Ben, it's all started
a very good
from
point,
a
Ollie.
mobile phone.
I was just going to say, only 5 points off top with a game in hand. Things looking good.
Yeah. But I think there's some teams around us with games in hand as well, isn't there? Doncaster have a couple on us. So it's going to be a really strange season, because I don't think any point is going to be particularly settled because of the way games are coming thick and fast and postponements and everything else. So it's going to be interesting to see, but it'll be all be said and done at the end of the year, won't it? When we win the league, at that point. Well, I was just about to say that. When?
I'll tell you one thing. One thing we have developed since lockdown. Personally, I think is a great thing that's developed from having to watch it on iPlayer is the camaraderie and the interesting characters and people that have joined in and enjoyed the fun of having the 4-0 channel in their front room. It's fantastic. A lot of these people we've met at away games, home games, and whatever. And there's a lot of people that enjoy having a bit of fun watching the team play. And it's all about the team spirit and the fan spirit within our football club, isn't it? What I'd like to do, Tom, is everyone that we've been talking to for the last 12 months online, as soon as we can get back to Fratton Park live when we're all there, we should all group up somewhere and have a big 4-0 party and enjoy outside Fratton Park, the Fratton end or something
get that
before
arranged.
The game and meet the people in the flesh and do some interviews
Yeah.
live. I think it'd be great, wouldn't it? With all these people like the people that joined tonight.
Absolutely. We'd be buzzing to get back there. There's 171 of you that join us across YouTube and Facebook. A very warm welcome along to the stream, everyone. I hope you're well, and make sure you drop us a like. Just subscribe to the channel as well if you are new. And go on.
When we did the 7K to MK,
yes,
well, let's do the 4K to 4-0.
Nice. I like the idea of that. There's a shot on the edge of the box there from Jake Foster-Caskey, but that one's not going to trouble Craig McGilvery. He hasn't had his best game this evening, Foster-Caskey. And William has said, yes, it's listening to Pompey fans rather than commentators is exactly what we're here for, William. So
Good idea. William.
Glad you're enjoying yourself.
It's not at all biased, and we haven't got blue tinted glasses.
Well, you have. You've got extremely blue tinted glasses on.
Yeah.
Probably more tinted than is road legal.
Yeah, I've never met anyone. That's
Mark,
offside.
why has he taken that there?
Did you see that?
I think he was offside anyway. He was offside anyway.
Maybe just tapped it down because he was offside.
I think he just spooned it, to be honest with you.
Right.
Wait.
I think it was a proper spoon.
See what I'm saying about my road?
Watching me on a Tuesday night. That
I could see
absolutely
Marcus
fluffing one.
From 18 yards out, and then
he was offside.
My blue tinted glasses tell me he did that on purpose because he's offside.
Yeah. Anyway, not a lot to tell you about in the last couple of moments since players resumed following that injury.
Bit of a foul.
Referee,
Yeah, it was a foul. Yeah, that was terrible. To be fair.
There we go. Blue tinted glasses once again in the back.
She fell over.
Can't get enough of it.
No, I have to say, this is where they're dangerous, though, Charlton. These set pieces, this is where we can see goals happen like we did already with the corner was the first goal, wasn't it? So we've got to be careful with these. And McGilvery's done well with quite a few of them, to be fair. He's come out and claimed them, but I think he might struggle from a free kick here.
I've got some good news, Pompey fans. Man United are 1-0 up. I'm not sure who they're playing against.
Excellent. Come on, man.
Wan-Bissaka's scored, if that's of any interest to anyone. But other than that, it's a low-level, insignificant side that they're playing against this evening.
Yeah,
so
let's not worry about that.
There we go.
But they're winning 1-0 wherever they may be.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
And is it home or away for Man United?
They're at home. Man U are away, Tom, Oliver.
No, they're not. They're at Old Trafford.
Oh, they're at Old Trafford.
Old Trafford.
Yeah, and that's
the team they're playing against are also down to 10 men, which is great news. Let's move on. Huey said Marquis finishing has been poor tonight, but he's been constantly involved thanks to changes tonight, which is a massive improvement. Huey, your input is always fantastic, mate, and I completely agree with that comment. I believe the two gentlemen that joined me will be in agreement with that as well, Ollie.
Yeah. Marquis hasn't had like we said, the last couple of months he hasn't had the best run of form, has he? But up until that point, arguably, he's probably one of the best strikers in the league, and I'd still argue that he is. Even when he's not finishing, he's creating or getting involved or causing problems for the defence. So, yeah, I personally think Marquis should play every game anyway. He's a great asset, and he's got great experience in this league as well, hasn't he?
Can I just say, one of the nicest comments of the evening from Sean Meads. Andrew, I want to bring you in on this one. Your channel has kept everybody together in my eyes whilst being apart. What a lovely thing
Sean,
that is to say.
That is a lovely thing to say, mate. You are a legend. The bosom legend.
The bosom legend. And we will hopefully be able to welcome him back onto the stream very shortly. But yeah, we are now
70.
Yeah, we're 70 odd. I think it's just gone past 75. So not long in this one now, ladies and gents. And
we've got to keep focused.
Got to keep focused. Still, a 2-goal cushion's nice to kind of bear in mind, isn't it? It's 76 and a bit minutes on the clock there.
But if we can get two more, that'll be 5-1. If we can get two more goals, that'll be 5-1. That's the same as 4-0, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, pretty much. Pretty much.
Either that or we'll just borrow their goal and make it 4-0.
Yeah, exactly.
At the minute, it could be 4-0 if you think about it.
Yeah, that's another case of blue tinted glasses there, isn't it? Yeah, unfortunately. Sean's up for the idea of a meet up at the park. Are you buying a round, Andrew? I'll buy a round, Sean.
No, Tom, because you've got 7,000 followers, bud.
It will be quite an expensive round.
£4 a pint, 7,000 beers.
£28,000, that, Andrew.
28 grand.
28
all right,
grand.
Well, yeah, why not? Why not? You only live once.
Let's celebrate, shall we?
There we go.
I think it'll be Lidl special bottles.
Yeah.
If I know Meaty, if I know Sean Meaty, he'd probably get a packet of crisps on me and all.
He probably would. Probably would. Ainsley's left us a very nice comment. He said he's a Doncaster fan, but he can't get enough of this channel. Been a while since we've heard the good morning, Andrew. When you come to the Keep Moat, come to the Bellevue Bar for a pint. There we go.
Ainsley, we will be doing that, my
We
son.
will. We will.
When last time we went to the Keep Moat, we went to that Toby Carvery, didn't we? Just out Butler Road from the football ground on the ring, on the sort of road
yes,
out.
in the new bit.
Where the new housing estate is.
Yeah. Anyway, Sean we will put it through as company expenses, mate. Absolutely.
Crikey, of course we will.
Ollie can deal with that, and the accounts department.
I'll sign that off. Yeah, just.
You get 20% on the VAT then, Sean.
Yeah, you actually don't on alcohol, Andrew. You should know better.
Yeah, but I don't drink alcohol because I've got him in the car, haven't I?
Well, yeah, but it'll be the other way round very soon, mate. So, well,
God, tell you what, that'd be a very expensive Coke for you, then, won't it? 28 grand for a bottle of Coke.
Yeah, 28 grand for a bottle of Coke. Yeah,
that'd be quite a lot. There we go.
I'll tell you what. I think I'll go for that. No, I'm gonna offer that to the viewers as a round
Oh
on
my
me.
word!
On the pretense that Sean Meads gets the second round.
Right, and then Sean on the third.
Yeah.
We'll have 3 lots, and then if anyone else, and then Ollie's going to do the 4th, and then that'll be 4-0 written all over it. There you go.
We'll all be written all over it. We'll be bankrupt.
Yeah, we will be
bankrupt written all over it. Lovely.
I'll just remortgage my house, no problem.
I was going to say it was a sold sign outside the house.
Yeah.
And then they'll say, "Why have you sold the house?" I said, "Well, bought Sean Meads a round of beers."
Yeah. Well, bought the followers. Yeah. Crikey. Anyway, just over 10 minutes to go in this one, boys and girls. I'm not going to say the words dead and buried yet because it very much isn't. It's been all Charlton Athletic while we've been talking.
Aaron was bang on with Kenny Jackett's tactical.
Yes, he's a tactical. I'm going to go with a tactical genius.
For tonight, I think it's tactical. I don't think he tactically meant to lose the last 2 games, which is what Aaron alluded to, which worried me a bit.
It's probably all part of the master plan, is what I think.
It isn't, Tom. Somehow.
You think it isn't?
No. Oh, what's happening here?
We're all right. We're okay.
Right.
Okay.
Great bit of defending, but I have to say, I mean, you look at the stats so far in the game now, we're on 64% possession to Charlton at this point, so they're only going up. And they've had a few more shots this half, but we've had 15 shots, 7 on target. They've only hit the target once, which is their goal. So far, although they're creating... They've had a lot of the ball, but they haven't created that much with it. I think we're very solid. We're defending well. We're a very tight-knit unit. I think, like we said, the experience of Daniels in there is going to be helping that along its way as well. And Bolton's having a cracking game. So, yeah, all good here. We're playing very much Jose Mourinho ball at the minute, aren't we? Sucking up a load of pressure and then counter-attacking hard, which I think, to be honest with you, with the players we've got on the pitch, we've got 5 very strong, quick strikers. So that is probably the best way to play it, in honesty. So it's good to see.
Just cutting into you there. There's Z Naylor then when we got the free kick just inside their half. Because there was an opportunity that would present itself. Naylor tried to take the free kick quickly, and the referee wouldn't let him, which is interesting. At this, we're 3-1 up with 10 minutes to go, and he's still trying to take the free kick.
Ollie, would you mind?
Which is what we've been looking for years, isn't it?
He's our captain, mate. He's our captain.
But I'm saying we should be looking for this sort of attitude for years. That's what we want.
Ollie, can you quickly have a look and see how many free kicks Pompey have had, or fouls, or is that information?
I can have a look at the fouls. Yeah, fouls. Charlton have made 16 fouls. Pompey have had 14 fouls. But Charlton have had 6 corners against our 3. So they've created a bit more. I think most of them have come in this half, to be honest with you. They've had quite a lot of opportunities from the corners in this half.
Absolutely.
We seem to be holding the ball in the corner for some reason at the moment, which isn't particularly fantastic. Want to put that in the box at that point, really.
I think he was trying to, but he was trying to get a corner because their player touched it last, and then it got back around the back of him.
He did indeed. Ladies and gents, we are not gone.
I was going to say, what an absolute run back that was from Cannon. He flew back from the edge of their box to defend there. Great, really good work rate there. Great to see.
I've got more good news for Pompey fans. Manchester United have doubled their lead in the game at Old Trafford this evening. So that is
excellent.
That's exquisite news, isn't it?
So you're telling me that we're winning by 2 and someone's losing by 2?
Well,
So
they're
That
top
makes
four.
it 4-0, doesn't it?
Exactly right. 4-0. You're right.
Oh dear. Anyway, you don't get this anywhere else, boys
The
and
other
girls.
equation you could put in there, mathematically minded enough, we're winning 3-1. Man United are winning 2-0. That makes it 5-1 on the night.
Yes.
4-0.
Well, that's
That's the way I look at it.
Yeah.
I skipped a couple of numbers out of that, but we got to the
Yeah.
same result in the end, Andrew.
Yeah. Yeah. I think you probably took the long route in your workings there, didn't you? But
Well, I would
you
say,
got there.
isn't it?
It was a proper show your workings. That wasn't
It was. It was a 6-marker, wasn't it? Yeah.
Isn't it weird
Yeah,
how what difference a week makes when the last two games, we've all gone, all the Pompey fans are all sad and all gone home miserably well, had a terrible week, and then we come out and beating Charlton, and hopefully win this game now tonight convincingly, and it gives you a nice warm feeling in your body, doesn't it? It makes you a happy person again, doesn't it? That's strange how that.
You're always a happy person, though, aren't
I
you?
am, but I'm happy.
Ollie's always a happy person.
Not when we lose. He's not when we lose 4-0. He's not. Tell me.
No,
Oh,
he's
God,
not.
I have to listen to it in the office in the morning. Get about 3 hours of whining about how bad we were. Oh my God! Great little punch by McGilvery. Yeah, I know.
Get in the office 3 hours early tomorrow because I've got to whinge about the football for 3 hours.
Oh, Accrington Stanley are 5-1 up against Bristol Rovers. Crikey.
Well, that's not good news.
That isn't good news. Russ has quite rightly said Manchester United have quadrupled their lead to 2-0. That's pretty much what you were saying, isn't it?
Exactly right, Russ.
Yeah.
Well done, Russ.
There we go. We've got just a couple of minutes left in this one. We're looking at sort of 6 minutes of regulation time and then whatever's added on at the end of this one. There will be a minute, probably more than we're expecting because of the injury. So there's been a couple of changes for Charlton Athletic as well. I'm yet to believe, Ollie, you might be able to correct me here in comments as well. I don't think Pompey have made a change yet this evening.
Harness is on.
Sorry, apart from Harness, sorry.
Yeah, we made one. They made a change in the first. They made a change just after as well, didn't they? Brought on a centre mid, I believe.
Hasn't been anything since half time, though, is it?
They made a change since half time. Charlton have. We haven't. Apart from the Harness. Yeah. No, we had the Harness sub, and they've had one sub as well, I believe, to this point. But again, we seem to be very set in the tactic of what we're doing at the minute, which is holding up. Letting them come at us a little bit, throwing everything behind the ball, and then just a very fast counter-attack. I mean, seeing it very much again there, 11 men behind the ball, trying to get the ball out quickly to the fast players like Harness. What a little hoik out from Harris that is. Marquis there from the left-back position. Just managed to see that ball back to the centre-back. It's a great bit of composure.
Now on the ball for Pompey. Finds Ellis Harrison.
What's he doing out there?
I'm not quite sure what he's doing out there. Doesn't matter. Oh dear, that was a
get in the box, Harrison.
Little mishap that didn't really matter. Charlie Daniels now on the ball for Pompey. Andy Cannon, man of the match this evening, not because of the exquisite goal, well, partly because of that, but
look at that ball and SO's right foot.
He's been excellent so far. That is a cross ball and a half, and whether Callum Johnson could capitalise on that, he can. He puts a ball in early doors, and that's right on the penalty spot. No one there to challenge it. The leg went up from the Charlton Athletic centre half, and they will regain possession now. The referee waves play on, and Tom Nader's got to work hard to get over to him.
He gets over there.
He does. It's a shoulder barge. It's a
he's
foul.
giving a free kick.
It will be a yellow card for Tom Nader too, rightfully so. He's took him out there, Marsden. He's unfortunately
he didn't need to. I don't think. I think Marsden had a heavy touch, and he could have just he could have kept going. He would have been all right then.
Shocking referee.
It's not shocking at all. That's a correct decision.
That's a professional foul by the
no, yes, you've just said foul. It was a foul.
It wasn't a foul. It was a professional pull of a foul.
Right.
Well, hang on. Is there a sub here? Marquis coming off, is he?
It's Byers is coming on. Interesting one. Don't mind the look of that.
Strange substitution it is.
It's all right. We love a bit of Byers. He said there were 12 men playing for our against us the other week, which was when Jack Watmore was sent off. So we love a bit of Byers.
Oh, hang on. Believe it or not, there's been quite a few substitutions for Charlton.
Yeah, they've made. You can make 5 now, can't you? I think they've made quite a few.
So they made a substitution, 2 subs at half time that I didn't realise they made. They took Pratley off for Watson, and they took Morgan off for Miller, which is strange because I thought Morgan had a really good first half for them. I thought he looked like one of their better players.
So I believe
Aniki's come on for Schwartz, and Smith has been put on for Cine this half.
From a Pompey point of view, that is just bulking up the old midfield, isn't it? In terms of bringing Byers on in place of John Marquis.
I've said that's one of those moves that I've not been a big fan of in the past. You know, we did it when we were against Coventry, didn't we, last season? We were 3-1 up against 9 men or something, and we decided to take off a striker and put Burgess on at centre back, and we ended up drawing the game 3-3 because we got too defensive. So we've played well this game, being attacking. I think we should have continued with that. But that being said, you know, you got 3 minutes left of the game, 2 minutes and a bit of added on time. You know, we should be in a position now to hold on to this, you know, 2-goal lead.
Andrew, are you more relaxed about the last week of activity for Pompey, and now we've got a result like this that's just sort of...
The result's not finished yet, Tom, because the game's not over. But as I said, it's the first time in my life that we've gone to the Valley and played the way we've played tonight. Seriously. Well, and I felt even at 1-1 we were in control of the game, and I didn't think we were in danger of losing it, actually, because we're playing all the football. They aren't... I don't like to say it to Ollie's two mates that are both from Charlton, but they aren't very good unless we've made them look pretty bad, because they aren't very good, are they?
No, they aren't, and that will be a Craig McGilvery goal kick. Ollie, you got anything to say to that? I don't think Charlton have been very good either. I wonder what you think.
No, I'd agree. I think that they played into the way we wanted them to play tonight, and we seem to have set up tactically well against them. I think there might be a little bit of experience from playing them a couple of seasons back when we lost 2-1 at home, didn't we? It was a Tuesday night as well, I believe, wasn't it? And they came at us first half and scored a couple of goals, and we weren't really ready for it. And this time we set up to be defensive and to take that pressure, and we just played them at their own game, really, and come out on top, deservedly so. I agree completely. I think that we've created a lot better opportunities and therefore scored the goals that we have. It's all kind of lost a little bit now, isn't it?
Yeah, well, with no need to really tell you what happened there. It was just a bit of a half chance there for Pompey. The ball's been turned over in possession, though, and this will be Charlton's opportunity to capitalise. Brilliant, brilliant foot in from Marcus Harness there to eradicate any potential danger there. He just sort of bumbled over and got it away from him. It looked effortless from Marcus Harness there.
The game we played early in the season, this season, at Fratton Park against Charlton, when it beat us 2-0, we actually played better or as good as we did tonight, and they scored 2 goals and we didn't score any. You remember we had a lot of chances, didn't we?
Here's Andy Cannon working his way over halfway.
They just had 2 chances that night and took them, and we didn't score against. Look at Cannon, what work rate that man's got.
There's been 8 minutes added onto the end of this second half, and it will be
8 minutes.
8 minutes, probably rightfully so. We did have an awful long call.
Yeah, the clash of heads, wasn't it?
4-minute break, and then all the substitutions that Ollie's read out. And it's Blackpool have doubled their lead against Northampton. 8 minutes to go.
We didn't let that happen either.
No, we didn't. But to be honest, I think it's
Accrington's the worst one because the goal difference in it.
Yeah,
I have to say 8 minutes is much in Charlton's favour in this game, isn't it? I'll be honest. I'm not a massive fan. 8 minutes is going to give them a good opportunity to battle back. It gives them that little boost of confidence. So I think we could do with putting them to bed here, really, and getting a fourth and closing the door on them.
Even better news, we can make this night as good as it is. We're going to go one better. Manchester United are now 3-0 up in their game in the Premier League this evening.
This could be
9-0. It could end up being 9-0 at home.
9-0 away.
They're 9-0 away, sorry. Yeah, absolutely.
It'd be good if we got 10, wouldn't it?
Still
just to be a better record than the 9.
Would be good. It's only 34 minutes in. It's actually an own goal. So there we go. No one likes to see that. Ollie, what have you made of the 90?
Everyone wants to see that.
What have you made of sort of the 91.5 minutes that you've seen Pompey play this evening?
6-1, bud. 6-1.
Is it a 6-1?
Yeah, 3.
Oh, sorry.
3-1 and 3-0.
Very good. We've seen Pompey at their best tonight, Ollie. I think you'll agree. We've looked really good against a team that, I know they don't look like it, but they are challenging to be in around the business end of the league. What have you made of what we've seen in for this evening?
Yeah, I think absolutely rattling around. I think we're just trying to hold on to the ball, if I'm honest. But no,
buyers. Go on, Ollie. Sorry.
I think we've played a very good game of football. I think we set ourselves up excellently tonight. And I have to say, it's not something I say very often, but Kenny Jackett has been a tactical mastermind this evening. He's played the game very well. And
genius, as Aaron would say. Tactical genius.
I agree with. I'm sorry I doubted you, Aaron, at the start of the game.
Me too.
I feel ashamed of myself. Ye of little faith, but he probably Aaron knows the master plan this year because Kenny only tells one person season, doesn't he? And a couple of seasons ago it was Andrew. Now it must be Aaron. It makes sense.
Aaron sneaked in the back door, hasn't he? He's got alongside Kenny.
I tell you what, he's in the circle, isn't he, Aaron?
Yeah,
he is.
He's got alongside Kenny.
He's in there, isn't he?
Yeah, he's in that circle.
He's in the circle.
Perhaps he's been to Piccolo Mondo Italian restaurant.
He might have been.
I think that's where all the great conversations take place. The Piccolo Mondo.
God, that was a
terrible touch.
I remember that.
Terrible meal as well.
Go on, McGilvray. Yeah, perfect.
Oh,
well,
McGilvray,
up McGilvray there, winning the ball in his own box.
In the league, hands down.
It's amazing to think that he didn't get a game over Bass for most part of a season last year. Because he is class, isn't he, McGilvray? He got the call up. It seemed he got the call up for Scotland, wasn't it? And then all of a sudden, he didn't play for us.
The Rangers came in for him, and he decided he wanted to go to Rangers to play football. What signed for them, and then that went wrong allegedly. By that time, Kenny Jackett said, well, in that case, I'll put Alex Bass in then. So we gave Alex Bass a shout. To be fair to Alex Bass, he didn't make a wrong move for 6 games, did he? But then when the deal went square with Rangers with McGilvray, he wanted to come back in, and Kenny gave him the shirt. So there he was. He's back in the side and proving why Rangers wanted him. He's a good enough keeper, isn't he?
Yeah, he's a class keeper. He's very solid. He's a big lad as well. I mean, Alex Bass is a little bit more gangly comparably, isn't he? He's a lot. You wouldn't want to be up against McGilvray in a one-on-one when you're going for a header and he's coming out and claiming it, would you? He'd absolutely batter you. So he's a big lad, a strong guy. So there's no doubt about it. He's a good keeper.
He's going to bring on closely.
He is. Adam, thank you for joining us, mate. Not a problem at all. We will see you for the Plymouth game, which is now
Harvey White.
Go on. Harvey White is magic. He wears a magic hat. And if he needs to do
Harvey White,
he'll definitely do that.
I do like a bit of Harvey White. I think he's a good player. He's quite young, isn't he? I don't know how old he is, but he's quite young, isn't he? One of Tottenham's youth players, isn't he? But he'll benefit from the experience of Daniels and all that's around him as well throughout his time here, won't he? So it'll be mutually beneficial for both parties. This.
Absolutely.
He's a little bit lightweight in terms of his playing in the youth squad at Tottenham. He's coming into League One against big, solid defenders and centre halves. He's got get some experienced players in there. I think if he's going one-on-one with players like that, he's going to get a bit of a battering. But then, as you say,
but I think Tottenham probably want that to get him into a bit of match fitness and use that hustle and bustle because. Yeah, exactly. It will mature him massively, won't it? Like playing in that environment, because, like you said, he's probably used to. I'm not saying that the Premier League's a little bit more fancy pants, but he'll be a lot more used to people timing their challenges right, won't he? Whereas in this league, you get a little bit, a few more errors, shall we say, on a challenge. That maybe some of them aren't errors, but they do err. Yeah. And I think it would do him a favour to grow into that.
4-0 written all over it at Old Trafford, ladies and gents.
Come on, that's 7-1 on the night.
It's Edison Cavani. It's 4 before the half-time whistle, and the word embarrassing comes to mind.
Embarrassing. This could be
embarrassing. It's already embarrassing.
This could be embarrassing.
I have to say, this is a testament, isn't it, to what I think they should do with managers. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer was near enough sacked You know, during last year, wasn't it? At the start of last year, he was having an absolute shocker. Everyone's like, "Oh, Ollie's at the wheel. What's going to happen here? Oh, we're all safe because Ollie's at the wheel." He was meant to be the great thing coming in and have an absolute shocker. But you know, Man United stuck by him, and look how well they're doing now. And you know, fair play to our owners. Yeah, we wrote Kenny off a couple of seasons ago, and he's made some big changes this year, and definitely improved my opinion of him. So hopefully, we'll continue to do the right thing.
Another brilliant play from Craig McGillivray.
The reason, just to explain, the reason why we gave Kenny a battering was because we were playing shocking football, shocking formation, not playing the players we were screaming for him to play, which was the team that are out there now by a couple. And I honestly believe he didn't want to get promoted in the last 2 seasons. I think he wanted the 3rd season to get us into and be ready for the Championship. I think his long-term goal, along with the management team there, was to stay in the league last year and the year before. I believe that. I said that at the end of last season. And I think a lot of reasons for that. One, we need to be ready for the Championship. And secondly, it's a 3-year deal that he's got in it. So it takes him 3 years to get to the Championship. At the end of the 3rd year, which is the end of this year as it happens, he gets us promoted. He gets another 3 years, doesn't he? That's the way I see it.
Absolutely. Ollie, just to say, mate, what was I going to say? Oh, Sean Mead is in cahoots with you, mate. He knows exactly what we're doing. Before we speak to Ollie, as the final whistle's about to go, and we've got plenty of guests coming on to join us for their reaction to this what's looking like a fantastic win in the capital for Pompey. Can I just remind you, if you're brand new to the channel, make sure you subscribe down below. Also, leave the stream a like. That is Andrew's cue to go and check his phone for a moment. Ollie, sorry. If you were to summarise this in a few words, mate, oh my God, Man United have got a penalty. Summarise what you've seen in front of you in a few words this evening, mate. It's been a pleasure to watch tonight, hasn't it?
Yeah, I would just say solid performance. That's the best way of describing it. We had a game plan. We stuck to it. We worked well as a team. And I think that's the difference tonight is we look built as a team out there playing for one another, whereas I think Charlton look a little bit more disbanded from us. So that's why we've created the chances we have and we've won the game. So yeah, solid performance is the way I'd describe it. Well thought out and well played. Good tactics. Well done, Mr. Jacket.
Excellent. And as we say, well done, Mr. Jacket. That is it. It has finished at the Valley. Charlton Athletic 1, Pompey 3. What an audacious win.
Come on.
And he's very happy. I can tell he's incredibly happy. You can already tell he is absolutely ecstatic at that.
And have Manu scored the pen?
I'm not quite sure yet. I'll have that info for you in just a moment. Right, let's very quickly speak to Sean, who's been waiting all this set. Well, I don't think he's been waiting. I think he's just been sat with us enjoying the second half. But Sean, if you're there, mate, I'm going to come to you first. Ollie, would you like to stick with us, or are you going to shoot, my son?
Yeah, I'll stick with you for a little bit of time. Yeah,
right,
I will.
Let's come to Sean then. Just give. Oh my word, what am I doing? Here we go. Sean, how are you, mate?
Awesome. Feeling good. Enjoyed that game.
Excellent. And it's only positives, isn't it? What stood out for you tonight?
Like I think Ollie said, the team selection. I don't know whether Jacket knowingly got it right or whether he was playing safe. He picked players who he knew would play. And he took off the flair players, and we gave a solid performance. 4-4-2, 2 banks of 4, and we were up for it. And we basically Charlton had the possession in the first half, but our midfield and defence were just absorbing it and catching them on the break, getting the goals, and turning the game on its head, which is good.
Excellent. I think 4-4-2 is the way to go about things in League One, especially, isn't it? And on a night like this, I agree with you. Kenny Jacket would have been looking for that. Did you feel like, Jack, what more was it almost a blessing in disguise that we needed to spin things around in the back four? And was there anything that sort of surprised you in that respect tonight?
Well, we talked about Bolton earlier on, and him coming in has been really good. I don't know a lot about him. At centre back before, I think he played there last season, the start of the season, and I wasn't convinced by him. But he seemed to be assured today. He seemed to come into the game. I don't know whether it was Daniels there leading the line, but he looked solid. And I think, actually, we've got an option there if Jack's not around for a bit. And Jack never finishes a season. He's always injured 2/3 of the way through. So having that in our back pocket, that this season was my big worry, was the fact that we never really got replaced Burgess when he left. And when Matt Clark left as well, we sort of were quite light, but we were lucky Jack came back. And it's just been a bit of we haven't got a big centre-back coming in like a young Matt Clark or another Jack.
Is tonight's performance a sign of things to come for Pompey, in your opinion?
Well, I'd like to see us playing with that team more often. Maybe swap Raggett and Jack around a bit. But I think that starting 11 gives me confidence of 4-4-2, and then bring on the flair players. They don't perform every game, and having that solid performance, and then bringing in on the likes of Curtis, bringing on the likes of Harness, and just switching it up. I think it gives us another option. And
Absolutely.
Against any of the top teams, I wish we'd played that formation. When you think back to the Peterborough and all of that, you sit there and go, why didn't we do something like this? A more solid team, and then bring on the flair players as we need them.
Absolutely. I completely agree with that. Andrew, I'm not sure if there's anything you wanted to add to that, mate, or...
I think you're right. I think, actually, I think we did play that sort of formation against Peterborough. It was the one that let us down, I think, was Hull and Lincoln. I think those two, that's the two that... I'm not going to say that's going to cost us promotion, but it might cost us a slot in the top two. I think those two games, we could work at the end of the season. That's six really, really good points that we may put ourselves in the playoffs. I think that's all I'm going to say about that. I'm not being negative. I think that tonight was fantastic. All the team and the effort they're putting in, and the speed and the pressure we were putting Charlton under. One of the six, we will close these teams down. Charlton at Nil Mugs are an half decent outfit.
No, they're not. Absolutely, I agree.
They're a sensible sized club, aren't they? It's not like we're playing respectfully a small club like Fleetwood or someone like that, is it? There's a big old scalp tonight up there, isn't it?
Absolutely.
I must admit, tonight I was very much impressed with the team as a whole, and it gave me a bit more reassurance about the squad and depth. Whenever we played against Peter, it was Peter where we played, and we had a lot of youth players out, and we were just outclassed. And that worried me that we didn't have the players to come in to help the first team. But actually now Bolton's here. Now we've got Daniels. Jacobs, some of his passing today was sublime. It was just, and, I think Andrew mentioned it before about how he wanted to see the wingers switch, or, we saw Harrison coming from the number 10 to the left wing, and then Jacobs was going across behind and just mixing it up a bit and confusing them. And I think we haven't seen that really. And it's just nice to see that dimension coming in. I think it's just experience coming in from those guys, just helping the rest of the team.
Yeah, a real professional performance tonight, Sean. I completely agree with you, mate. Thank you so much for joining us, and thanks for sticking around. Your input is always absolutely fantastic. We will see you, hopefully. We've got a big 10 games on the way, Sean. So we mentioned it earlier, 30 points, do you reckon?
We need 24 to be up there. If we don't get 24, we'll be slipping out into the bottom of the playoffs. And you're down my way anyway on Saturday, so that's good.
Yeah. We are indeed. Absolutely. Thank you very much indeed for joining us, mate. And we will see you very shortly. Cheers, mate. Full-time reaction continues in just a moment. Before we do so, let's take a look at the league table for you. Hull City still remain top. 25 games played now, 48 points. The same points as Lincoln City, who are second. It's 24 games played for them. Doncaster still with 2 and 3 games in hand on the top two. Pompey are up there now in fourth. It's looking better, isn't it? 24 games played, 44 points from those games. Peterborough United not too far behind. It's just a point behind, same points tally. Sunderland lag 4 points behind Pompey. We play them in the beginning of March. Accrington creeping up on the top 6. Charlton slipped to 8th, and it's Crewe Alexandra down there in 9th.
Tom, I would state that those points tallies of the two top teams, had we beaten them rather than lost to them, we would have been 4 points clear at the top.
Yeah.
Tonight.
It's interesting, isn't it?
With the game in hand over Hull.
It's interesting. Sorry, not Aaron. Aaron's just left us. Aaron's not left us. He's coming up in a minute. Brendan, what do you make of that comment? If we'd won, you're on the drinks, mate. I can see that.
Broke out the rum.
Absolutely, mate. What do you make of what Andrew just said? I mean, if we had beaten Hull City and Lincoln, could be looking at a different picture, couldn't we?
Yeah, it's a bit sad when you think of it that way. 2 games where we didn't turn up, which were probably for example, they're the cup finals of the season, and we ain't turned up for them, and we're paying the price really at the moment. But I'll tell you what, 4th place, we've got 2 games in hand over top of the league. So, we're still in with a shout of getting in the top 2, even top of the league. So never count Pompey out, as I say.
Yeah, absolutely.
What do you got in that bottle?
It's called Bamboo. It's the top shelf stuff.
Oh my word! Be careful on that. It's a school night, isn't it?
Yeah, and I got work at 8 tomorrow, so only have the one.
Okay, yeah, just the one, mate. Just the one. You thoroughly deserve that, and what was a great way to celebrate, isn't it? Is this? I'll ask you the same question I spoke to Sean about. Is this a sign of things to come? It's 10 games now, all the way up to March that we were previewing earlier on. I'll ask you the same. 30 points, and Sean was saying we need 24 to be up there. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I'll take I'll bite your hand off the 30 points, definitely. But yeah,
it's less competition bearing that in mind.
Yeah, it is. We've played the big boys now. There's not many. So the only sort of tough game out of all of them, I'd say, would be Plymouth, because they're not a bogey team as such, but they always turn up and give us a game. We drew 2-2 of them earlier in the season, but I think we're a different side than what we were towards the start of the season, and yeah, I think 30 points would be fantastic. But Pompey is a roller coaster. It's never plain sailing, is it? We never make it easy for ourselves.
No, we also got to play Doncaster, haven't we?
Yeah. So we lost to Donny earlier on in the season, didn't we? Darren Moore's lot. So hopefully we can turn him over. And I must say tonight, when they got their equaliser, when Stockley scored, Sod's Law, the former Pompey player scores against us.
Yeah. Didn't matter, did it, in the end?
No, it didn't matter at all. But at that split moment, I was like, oh dear, here we go. And then Harrison had his one-on-one chance. And I was like, well, there we go. It's not going to be our night. But then immediately after we scored we got the free kick, and Tom Naylor scored his lovely header, as we like.
Absolutely. Mickey, thank you very much for the kind comment. He said, wicked night and a buzzing atmosphere in the chat. Tom and Andrew, so much goes out to you guys, the stream. We'll add Ollie to that as well. Thanks to Ollie for joining us. And Alex, funny you are. I will give you a call in just a moment, mate. Russ, you say good night. Thanks very much. Take care. Not a problem at all, mate. And thank you to all of you for joining us. We've got 2 more special guests to talk to. Brendan, are you sticking around for the next couple of weeks, mate, until we get out of lockdown? Are you free?
Oh, of course, Tom. You just call and I'll be there.
Wonderful. I will do, Brendan. Have a fantastic night, mate. Don't drink too much. Go on, go for it.
Just a quick one thing. Our noisy neighbours down the road, half time, they're losing 4-0 to Man United.
I know.
And then the man sent off in the first minute.
It's stuff that dreams are made of, really, isn't it?
Couldn't happen to a nicer team, could it?
No, absolutely. Absolutely. Enjoy now, Brendan. Speak to you soon.
See you soon, lad. See you Saturday.
Thanks, mate. Bye-bye. That was Brendan, who very kindly joined us for both half-time and full-time. Right, Richard, let's have you, mate. We're going to go for it. Wow, what a result.
Yeah, I tell you, I'm glad it didn't stick to my prediction, because I put it down as 3-2. So if they were going to score near the end, it was going to be a bit tenterhooks, really. But solid performance. Cannon played out his skin. And I thought he was going to get a yellow or possibly a red when he came darting across midfield diagonally. And I thought he was going to take the lad out. But luckily enough, he stayed on his feet. But no, awesome game, and fantastic goal from Cannon. And I thought Harrison, I think he might have had a bit better chance, should have had a better effort really at the goal, but a bit of a bumble. But at least we scored, from the free kick. But no, it's really good performance. And it's a shame, really, when you look at Doncaster with 2 games in hand, we've got them beginning of March. If we get a result against them, I think, I know I said last week, I would say definitely top 6, playoff contenders. But, a performance like that week in, week out, then, I think it's an automatic, so I'm very quick to change my mind, to be honest with you. But I think, what we saw was really good.
Excellent. I'll just quickly do a comment from Alex. He said, be back very soon. Massive thank you for coming on at halftime, mate. It was great to see you, and some great points made as well. As to you, Richard, you're an asset to the team, and thank you so much for giving me time tonight. Just before we leave you, that table that we just looked at before we got our guests on, it's starting to shape up now, isn't it? Teams are starting to catch up. Games in hand are being played. We're 4th right now, putting pressure on those top spots. How long do you think it will be before we start to really get going back to where we were just before Christmas?
I'll say another couple of games, get a good result against Plymouth, and then and push on from there. Sunderland, out of the list of 10 games there, I would go for around about the 20 mark for points. But look at Accrington. They're creeping up. They're like the grey team of the league, aren't they? Just making their way up. I was surprised with Doncaster being where they are, but no, I say get Hull and Lincoln a couple of defeats, and I think we'll leapfrog them. But then again, we'll stick to the same sort of team performance as what we've had today. And like I thought, Harness, he come on second half. I'd have, could he have not started, and brought Williams on, at the 70-minute mark? But at least we got the win anyway. That's the main thing. Yeah.
It might be that, as we said earlier, the number of games in February's got to rotate the players to give them some rest time, I think. And maybe the next game it might be the reverse of what we saw tonight. Depends. Against Plymouth, I think, play the way we played tonight with that squad, I think, and win the game. Doncaster's an interesting one, as you say. That's one that we're all waiting to see, because if we can beat Doncaster convincingly, then and I think we can. I actually think we can, and they've got to have a tough time at some point. And so we had a couple of wobbles, didn't we? With last two games, other teams get the same, aren't they? Hull wobbled a little bit, didn't they, against us earlier on in the season?
I'll throw this one into the mix. Next Tuesday is Hull versus Lincoln.
Oh, we need a draw there.
That'll be 0-0.
Yeah, we hope.
Let's hope so. Yeah,
a bit of a stalemate that'll be. But Harris, for how well Harrison played, I think he tired, quite quickly near the latter part of the second half. Maybe we could have, freshened his legs up with somebody else coming on, but no, I say it was good, and it was a good watch. On a Tuesday night, it was a good game to watch,
and not a bad result at Old Trafford either.
So far,
what are we on now? 5-0, 4-0.
We're still on 4, but I think it will be 7-4 by the full-time whistle. I don't know. I haven't really see what happened from that pen. But as you say about Accrington, they've beaten Bristol Rovers 6. Well, they are beating Bristol Rovers 6-1, which is unheard of.
Outrageous.
It is outrageous. So
goal difference could be the key,
goal difference, absolutely. But Pompey's is okay after tonight as well. As another couple of goals to add to the tally, isn't it? Or it's not conclusive, is it? It's 3-1. It's still a decent enough result. Richard, can I ask you for a end of the season prediction for where you think Pompey will finish off the back? Do you feel like tonight's result hinges on this?
Yeah, I think so. I think with the signings that he's brought in, how they've gelled, Daniels was outstanding. Great for him to start. Raggett, I think if he is replaced by Jack when he comes back from suspension, I would say second.
Excellent. And the bit of George Byers as well. I thought he was impressive too.
That's it. Yeah. Don't know much about him, but say when he came on, we should be solid certainly for the next number of games on that.
Absolutely. You've just mentioned. Thanks very much indeed, Richard. We will see you on Saturday and have a great evening. Richard has just mentioned the run of games that we've got now, and look at that. It's next Saturday, Plymouth Argyle at Fratton Park. We will begin our coverage at 2:30. Then it's Brett Pitman, Swindon Town who make the trip down to the south coast. Then it's back-to-back away journeys for Pompey. Crew, who are not looking too bad right now, putting pressure on those top 7-8 places. Bristol Rovers as well. Then it's Blackpool. They make the long journey down to the south coast. It's a journey up to Kassam after that for Pompey. Then Gillingham at home. It's a big game, 2nd of March, 6:30. We're getting going for the Doncaster Rovers Pompey game. Then it's Northampton Town away from home on the 6th of March. And then the big one, Portsmouth versus Sunderland. 2 of League One sleeping giants. We are going to get going from 6 o'clock. Our coverage begins on the 9th of March. Now, a gentleman who we are going to round off the evening with, who fooled everyone with his remarks about Kenny Jackett before the start of the game. Richard, good night, mate. Thank you very much.
All the best.
Is Aaron?
Oh yeah, tactics were spot on then, weren't they? Yeah.
we'll bring Ollie back in on this one as well, because he was talking about how right you were.
Aaron, I see you got Kenny Jackett's hat on.
Yeah, I thought I'd put it on because I haven't got his trousers. No, I was very impressed with the whole team tonight. They all put in a shift, like I said they were going to do. I think if we had played them on Saturday, it would have been a completely different story. Especially because it was so close to losing midweek. But it gave Kenny an extra couple of days and say, right, We've got an extra couple of days. This is what I want to work on. This is what I'm going to do. This is the team I'm going to produce. All right, this is how it's going to stand. So then everyone's just put in the shift. He's got it spot on tonight. So my hat is off to Kenny Jackett tonight. And it is tough now. It is really tough because we're now playing Saturday and Tuesday until the 13th of March. Doncaster are playing Saturday and Tuesday until the 27th of March. So it goes in our favour really because we got that little bit of a break, but all the teams are roughly the same anyway. Like I said, Accrington's coming up the league and everything. So that's a hidden thing there as well. I've got banter with my cousin as well because my cousin's cousin plays for Accrington. So like he has a bit of banter and everything. So yeah.
Do you have inside information, Aaron? Anthony's asked.
Sorry?
Regarding Kenny Jackett's tactical nuance, was that something that you exploited him with?
No, what I've done over the last couple of years, I've watched him. When he gets nervous, when he's really nervous, he makes stupid subs. And then before he makes the subs, he then starts chucking the hoof ball and the long ball. That is when you know that Kenny's nervous and he's worried about what's going to happen. And you see it time after time after time. And then you could see it happening with the Lincoln game. The hoof ball was coming through and you could see he was actually losing it. So that's why he done some stupid subs and everything. But tonight he was completely calm. He got his vision out to the players. The players just went for it. And I was very impressed with him tonight. I was gutted that they didn't score in the first 15 minutes, but we got there, 3-1.
Yeah, I mean, I agree completely. Strangely, I've been having a text message conversation with a Charlton fan to find out what his opinions were. And he's written saying that he thinks it was another... Pardon?
Did he say we was robbed?
No, he didn't. He said he sees the result and he thought it was another lackluster performance from Charlton. He says he thought it made Kenny Jackett look like a master tactician. He said that they'll keep amassing points for a mid-table finish and they're making very average teams look like excellent teams this season. Absolutely pathetic was his words. So I think that Charlton this year haven't had the best season. You know, I said to him, when we played them 2 years ago and we lost 2-1, they looked very, very attacking. They could score from any position. They were, tonight they were almost toothless, weren't they? They had nothing really in that final third. And I think that it was also a testament to our defence. You know how strong we've been this season at the back. Last two games, ignoring those, but we have had a very good season at the back, and I think it's testament to the way we set up tonight and how we played, that we were ready for them to come at us, and we just work. We all look like we're working for each other. The boys are throwing themselves in front of the ball. It's really, really good to see. So I'm pleased with that performance. The two games that I've properly watched this year, the one live where we're with you, Tom, and that one tonight, I think we've played very well so far this season from what I've seen. I'm very happy with our performances. So.
I'm glad he dropped Curtis as well tonight because he hasn't been performing, and now them other players are in as well. You have got, like I said last week, I think it was, you've now got the competition for them places. So everyone's going to be fighting, and only the best are going to get that starting 11. So hopefully Curtis, because he's too stroppy, I think he's far too stroppy. Even when internationals as well, you can see him throwing his hands up and everything. But now with that Daniels is just something else. And with the Jacobs there and Cannon's been far superior, the best player on the pitch this season, I think. Totally agree with Andrew there. But like with the experience of like the Premier League and the Championship with them two other players, I think we've got such a good chance. It's just over the next couple of games, keep winning, get that momentum through. Don't slip, don't fall asleep, and then I can see us up there at the end of the season. I think it will go to the last game of the season, but it will all go down on goal difference as well. But like you said, the next 10 games, I would love 27, but I can actually see us getting 24 points.
I think 24 will be all right. Gents, I'm going to wrap it up there. We've been live for 3 hours and 21 minutes now. What a long one that's been.
Can I just say one more thing? I think I'll speak on behalf of everyone that watches your streams week in, week out. since this COVID thing's affected us, and it's been 12 months of like nightmare for everyone. Haven't been able to go to the games or watch football. But what you and your team do week in, week out, for everyone that watches, you're a credit to yourself and everything, and fantastic channel. And I know everyone loves it, and I think I speak from everyone and say thank you. Just thank you very much. You, Andrew, Ollie, all the team and everything.
You're a great man, mate. Thank you very much indeed. Yeah, we do really appreciate it. That's where we'll leave it for tonight, gents. Aaron, thank you once again. We'll see you on Saturday. Thanks. Play up Pompey indeed. Thanks to Ollie for joining us as well. Right, that is it from myself and Andrew. You have the final word. Go on, give us the final word.
Never in doubt, Tom.
Never in doubt.
Play up Pompey.
Never in doubt. Before we leave you, we're just going to take a very quick look at the league table. So there we go again. As you can see, that's the lovely little statistic at the top there for Pompey. Charlton Athletic 1, Portsmouth 3. That's the one that matters this evening, boys and girls. Hull City at the top there. Lincoln City just behind on the same points, 1 game played less. It's Doncaster Rovers who are then 3rd. They are only a point ahead of Pompey at this moment in time, Doncaster. It's Peterborough United in 5th, Sunderland in 6th, and then I believe that Charlton are actually off this table now, which is absolutely crazy because they were right there before the start. Oh, I was making a quick escape there. Have a fantastic evening, everyone. It's been an absolute pleasure to have you on the stream tonight. So it is capital gains for Pompey then. It was 3 days late, but it was well worth the wait, wasn't it? Absolutely buzzing with that. I hope you all enjoyed yourselves as much as we did. We had an absolute ball bringing this one to you tonight. And it's been back on track, should we say? I think we're very much back on track. And I think it's all aboard the good ship King Kenny for the next 10 games. We are live for every single one of them here on Fournilwrittenalloverit all over it. And make sure you join us for those. For now, keep the faith. And as always, play up Pompey.